game yani Algeria ana elbow Desmond ofay edi hu nkomo atese ni nyina so no yede bro Black Stars we aye squad yede bo Mexico ye players menka say we Black Stars B ezan say akasefo no na ye from na ano da no Black Stars B ye be de wo mo super president betimi akọ out of yede Mexico game no so etoja na coach ya friend Carlos Queiroz etimi enya ne lineup no options for World Cup ya yekoi eno ene nsem kaye pi ene dia aka ana yedi ebrewo ewo eye afinsem enkofama so dia sisia no yesi Yoso Mourinho eba be fa Madrid bobo ko no biem na DNT na amana basa avelo abaloa a grantee interview wakasa so obia disrespecting no mad player bienu a obetimi di nanima ya from bet the 80 different no other fine akode ama all enchomane and Fedi Valverde Chelsea wo game bo EPL no matches ho yabako German Bundesliga friendly and near Coitera Serie A La Liga na the update we play the abroad and tinko ba bia ene entina ha and your platform at say bana gudi munsama wonsa eka Bismarck Owusu Bempa Ayala Riches Midonko wo nyina etetire Sokoban Fatlo na producer Jumadi Steve Zando and afi kwabna redu Jose Olotu ewa ha fifi Manfred Obetin nka na ena yenua Jude enso ewa ha atese wonne babedi eye Jumadi enti yema nyina kwaba enfamna Nhyira Power Sports so na quick one sisi ano dia say agude mu nsabani opomuden ana eko anopa sane asode a uteki breakfast no me bacho sports so dia breakfast a yeteki e was sports so ya pomuden eba na pomuden so dia be ma bia dia sane aye bo no park no so yese wunsu timi bo e wodam ne yeso mo piafo enti sisi dia free na ekoi anopa bia me ma breakfast be ma bia me ma breakfast u breakfast no Kulun Ghana Limited. Woman of Hunchu capsule, Anna Araba Basin tablet, Anna Mesakil, Eddie Abba Jamanso. Yadi Munim Kobotel, Nafe Yenko Yensam so, na Yahudi awareness so Besiako. Edia Mammy for a Kulun because I didn't hear Kulun dear. Okay, what they're self in ambassadors into Bemina with Nasa. And yes, I'll be now, Maka say, hey, Nasa. Ade na wonka me ye ni hu etembia ye ba ye di hu dance ye bet ene de 101 ana ye ni openyi din komo obenyi good morning sir na empom to say nyamiado mo na so nyamiado me so me ho ye pa ye nsia 101 but ye nsia say eni nkomo ye de nyamia se ode wo enso ababa kansa ene de mino atimi ye no 101 diaka bia de afidie diaka de ye ne wa na ewuram kakra na Kulun Ghana Limited de obi obeka so wanti Kulun ka no na emese ompe apomuden etira kwan ene krede be me bia ompe apomuden etira kwan de wati Kulun Ghana Limited nka na for the sake of obi a onya tin Kulun nka Kulun Ghana Limited moye dey ene kre Kulun Ghana Limited ya wo Ghana ha ache na onim say company e wo Ghana na omuda so koyi pa e kire say niema omudi ba adwaman so no eye pa ema omote ho okay Kulun no eye herbal medicine kwa na eye omu ba Ghana ha enru baku na e body araba bazin tablet misrawo ene minue ba mi mami a owo bebia muntie de me beka araba bazin tablet ni ye ema mmano oba bi wo ho a tama obebu no nsa na ne yam hyehye no obi wo ho a obebu no nsa no so pensa obenye hawo na obenya no ne yam hyehye no obi wo ho a da onim se ebeba no emba ebetwetwase obi wo ho a pampan a ebete ekire no ompekura na oba a unye sa hawo ni nyina na wotena ase wankohwe ekira kwan a na oti ho a ubehu se hawo nkwa na obefa aba oba bi wo ho a osore na okase o misisi yame ya mikoto dwe yame ya wahu se ye bu yensa no emfa ne se busumi ade ne ebeba no
wo fat ewo veins no ho a mogya ne entimi nsane yie mogya ne susu nsane yie a wo be hu se de bia wo be complain mi sisi ya me ya mekotodwo ya me ya eno susu mogya ne ntimi mba yie a sa haw no nyina etachire so oba bia wo hu sa haw we ni nyina misire wo araba bazin tablet ni na ebe ya ma wo oba bi wo ho a onye bema fefefe bema no hu so a oba no so ye fefefe odi oba no ko dem a ontimi hume gentra white ko ana pampan a obati ewo oba na ase no sebi on nini enje ho ubehu se bema no oba no ko dem po a na bema no pese oban oba no misira wa menua ba ana me maame uti asan we a min ko ba bia ko heba shop ana pharmacy bia eben wo ko pe araba bazin tablet no ebe boa wo oba bia o pese onanti ana no ho ya fe unum araba bazin tablet no esa CCO tem bia wo hu se month we date say me busu me destiny beba ebeba entwitwansisi unya nya hawo no nyina ewo wase unum araba bazin tablet no oba ebe CCO ukotogi usisi ye oya no ni nyina ebeko enti no modi araba bazin tablet ni ebe mamma no oba susu a oti ho a osi media menni atenka be ma bia ba me nchen ya menni atenka sa haw no wa siesie ohu a na sa haw no nyina afiri ho a ba bia uti ho na oni atenka adan wo ye die ni na oni atenka ba usiesie ohu a tem bia be ma no ba ohu a wo be hu se uya oba ba wan siesie ohu na sa haw no nyina ewo kwan no so a unhu bema no ba ohu a ofane saka wompo a unhu se oye bema ba oba wo pese bema no so ni gi na ono susu ma ode esombo a misire wa siesie ohu o siesie ohu ya bema no susu be ye de esombo emawo mo go do dem awie na sabio enkan be biesu na ayaya lipa no kra de eso ye no nye onye gidi na tese ababa uba hu a obi wo hosusu a oba no mpo yesa no na nso bi eba sebi nso ni sad enye uba hu a be ma no potem bia o fontem so yesa no abema no ni ninje ohu obeka che o se wan sisi ohu yi ba misire wa oba bia opese be ma ba no ho a na tem bia o rashi se oba misire wa sisi ho yi wo sisi ho yi a uba hu a be ma no Asante for be kase o tiaka no so be ma ne tem bia o be tiaka go e wo ye ohone ye na infertility de no so na wa ho se kunlu for de o mo ye o mo bibia 50-50 okay ontimi mo oba ne defeat be ma no o ma be ma no so defeat oba no so enti na o mo di Mr. Kill no so ayede etechire be ma bi wo ho tem bia o koye adwuma na oba na o se o misisi ye me ya mi kotodwe ye me ya wa hu se sisi ne ene kotodwe ne na ma pano so agoro ne yede na be ma no sisi ene kotodwe ye o ya de na obefa ye dwuma no ade ozu behu abega sa no aye na oba u boka wono ho na oni ne koduru de ma na oda ho hatia de na obeye oba ne be hwe no si enye ne niane enye sa no no wa ahia wa oba bisa wasan we na wo be ma no be hu se wa boka ho ahia uba jini kwa so kulum for mumma oba defeat by masa enti no mo di Mr. Kill no so ayede aba eno susu ye pure heba bema bia ho na tem bia na omudi bae na omo si e benefit wa say bema umoja kwan no so a fat ewo a uhu se moja ne ntimi nsane yi a ukompa ne so a untimi ye dwuma ne ye because moja ne na esane ekọ obi bia na ade ne timi ye dwuma no na moja ne ntimi nsane ye mawa u bema no untimi ye dwuma ne ye so enti na omadi ene so ba so e benefit ne ma bema no u ba hu se moja ne be sane ye na ne sisi ene ne kotodi ne nia be ye dwuma so eye sa no so a na wo bema no unya ahonde fufuro eden ewo ohu na otimi ye den ehye oba ne yi ba obi wo ho a onim sa nema no onhwe ne de obeye na one oba no kohia so tembia onim se owa honde no ontimi nye sa honde ne because si anu nema ye di ewura ye ho no eye hu tembi wo ho ye nhwe ye didie yiye so wo ba ma wo nhwe wo didie ne yi a na wo kohia oba no a wakoboka ewo no ho Now nim say who could do them ebe na who could do them now the whole hatia na be man oba no be say enye enu anu no pese oba ka che say enye enu anu no ende misre wa kope Mr. Q na be bo be ma bia wo pese onya ahonne be ma bia wo kwa na oba no ko once no oba no ko once na oba no hia bi na wo da so da ho oba no bube fu misre wo be ma wo pese wo kwa na wo no oba no di agoro na oba no ni age na wo so ni age a misre wa ukoto Mr. Q na to araba bazin tablet no komano ono so koto araba bazin tablet na onto Mr. Q no komano two combo
we born dey now we are born dey na mama china ye kama
na mama china ye kama ba ko wa honni nchen ba ko a wo be hu tembia no na ba ko ebre won say unni ahonde a na ba ko wo ahonni a wo be hu tembia na ba ko ebre
I one sided that day
oba no be ka say me ho no eye me ya uba me ho a eye me ya misire wato araba bazin tablet no ma no na be ma no so a ukọ once ana within 15 minutes na aju misre wa koto Mr. Q no uba hu se bem so unam ba bia no mo hu no mo frɛ Mr. Q onye nipa o uba hu se Mr. Q onye nipa herbal medicine
okay
so to herbal medicine esiesie ohu a uba hu se uye bema mpa so uba hu se bema sori anapa na yire etu a ye nyum bia enye se o che ne sika enura no mutumi ye adwuma ne yie ba bema untumi ye adwuma ne yie usori mpo na oba no muna on sorry tempera ba be ma na wo so ba ne ye a wo be hu anapa tututu ono no be di kan sorry no prafie ni nyina oto a ye nyum bibia ba wo share wo tim na wo sorry na wo hu se oba tem bia anapa tututu o sini niama na otunyum that means enra no ekoyi
ndina jase eya evie ntu kwabedo be a ye de kwache sika na ade enye
sikasam na ye bibia me ka kira wo be ma na wo ma oba na adwane na odi na anumre susu ade adwane na obesa ama na adi
okay
and so one man say adwane so wo ndem no a ana mpa no so a osori na no buofu wan hwe no si eya asemesi wo kwa adwuma no mpo maybe wunye obi wo abonten enti na eya wumba ntem no wo ye wia na wo de abahwie na wo ba se ma bre wo de hwedwuma wo be hu ana tembia be si o me yiri afomechi na wo ko ba ya na wontimi ye edem asede no so a de na obeye oba fa chire because onu so nye dua
Ghana Limited yenna mase papa izia de bato utie me a meze izia no pe bia mema breakfast ayo Kulun Ghana Limited womnu pa omode aba adwama so na hunchu capsule no yeni hunchu capsule no hunchu komo kakra
hunchu capsules na e bema bia uburu 30 years kwa misrewa shase enum for prevention and cure bema ojunso tentem ana bema osore obejunso ana oti pains eti say pane na omedi wo no bema no ensuso aso no ana bema wo ho a otena kakra na junso achi ana okojunso a osore na junso no shaba eche o say ojunso ade ne ehya ase eyemre
okay
kan ya yetena se fa kunche no yetena fa kunche a utena o prostate no so directly okay. So utina sano a na junso di o na so ma me manage kakra ansa na me ko junso a udi how eba wan kasa ho obe hu se tembia no junso no ba wan ye ntentempo a obe junso ago ho obe hu be ma bi wo ho okoworo no dross etu dempo a na niema efofa ho because junso kakra wo ho obe hu a oba no fampo a ninje because obe ka se me kunu de tembia wonji ohudi misra wa ba ma won pese oba ka sa asam kirewa misra wa to hunchun capsules no ba ohun ban ba ma bia osa hu se sa nema ne nyina si a infections te say gonorrhea any syphilis ne nyina wo ba ma ohun sa how ne nyina wo ho a fa hunchun capsules is for prostate care and is for infections in men misra wa
really
yes ba ma bia o gonorrhea no pa onkofa hunchun capsules no be di sa adwuma ne nyina ema no ba bema woti ho na o se media mini unya buru sa 30 years no kode a bema bia wo betima anya sa yare ne because adwane a yedi no misrewo bebre sisi a eye chemicals
okay
omo di chemicals na eye first a ukoto ntos na opaya wo be hu se inside ne koko ba sisi a wotwa obehu se inside na bi white na seed ni ye green chemicals a omde ye den ebo ho no so wan bo wan kasa ho ban a na wogya ho a na proceed na aye enlarge na obehu se omubedi saa de a ye frɛ catheter na ye den ehye wo ban ma no na omudi saa de we ekohye wo ban ma ubasa ye den esade mpaso agro no ene na ye asam no so misra wa mimma doctor emphasize ade a ye frɛ catheter na rubber ne enkohye wo ban ma no na wo unya haw mienu wo junso no mba yi a ana junso no haw na aba na osusu oyiri da ho a na wontimi ye saa adwuma no ebe ye den na oba no ompie abonten so misre wa bema bia wotimi nka wo saa haw na ana wo hu se ujunso ntentem ana ujunso a obema ne ye wo ya misre wa ko Mr. Kilfo no ho ye frɛ ho Kulun Ghana Limited na ko pesa hunchun capsules no ye ho ne Nhyira kwan ye wo manhia opposite the health insurance office Kulun Ghana Limited e wo ho unya koduru ho a uno mu betima adi nketen no mu akire wo kwan ya wo befa so ye de ehwe ohu yie na fa eduro ebeboa wo na omu yi ama wo na osusu akwa ye de eye na edi adanse ekire nkrofo
enti mami mo number ni biem na sense location so man bet quick one na dam say Kulun Ghana Limited maso ye no bia betimi aba at any point in time
bia betimi aba but uwo be bia unim say oho ni wa pharmacy bia ana herbal shop bia eben wo wura ho ubenya eduro no wo be bia ye number ni 0244 27 59 0244 27 54 29 0244 27 54 29 ana upe eduro no a ukokole na ko a obia nem kole na ubenya bi PFF pharmacy e wotafo ubenye bi usako Blessed Require ubenye bi Costa pharmacy ubenye bi uko NA pharmacy a ubenye bi pharmacy bia ebenwo ana herbal shop bia ebenwa uwura ho a ubenye eduru no nyina eto
well ya no ase se Kulun Ghana Limited mababa kayensa womo no de hunchu capsule ana afi araba bazen tablet ana Mr. Kill de aba adwaman so na eyedura ma de araba bazen tablet be ma de hunchu capsule ana afi Mr. Kill eno ana mema edura ebo bibia ntibacho ya na wonso wakọ na wakọ akọjo de okọ pharmacy ani drug shop bia wonsa be ka de quick one de na DJ ya kwan kra na afi yemfa yenkomodie nisia
de mi di jam kwan ne se obia onhwe ne didie mi yi sisi enu na edinam wa hu se adwane a yedi ni nyina wa hu se eduro ba ku king tablet obia onko check ne pressure misremu a uko check o pressure na wa hu se o pressure ne ya eye pa chen se unam ho na o se midie hwi nim ho obia onko check ne health status ebua pa because unam ho na onim say oh yare
me
okay but echira na akoye asam foforo so misremu a obia otie mi onkoye ne check up de hwe de ewo no hu no hwase enso ano mane ye
ansana wapwa akwa ya no ase pa next week is yebesia na yetimi edi nkomo Nhyira your number one account radio station dia satebe nyina age atumine the weekend edition of Nhyira Power Sports ni ana chese yede ebrewo no enti nkomo na no de obi ado de fatulo ni sa nkobo na yonko yenim abuzia de teni medame wa ba quick one me ba ya yekoda foreign front na fe the update no dia maw yeba na fe yetimi edi nkoma aka nyina the weekend edition of Nhyira Power Sports ni exactly 10 yebeko enkra yebetwa tumu asempa 947 na omonso etimi adwane enti nkoma bia mebasisi na yetimi atwa ayesho no so
Are you
afe anu adwania aye Nhyira FM eso ene the foreign front and yewram na afe so yedi update no edi adana ene matches awo mesa said the free Premier League na afe yako other league centers ni nyina na yetime edi nkoma na oko Premier League na it's about by 5 matches ana eba so early kickoff eno 11:30 Liverpool and Chelsea ana edi SN ene game will be a mesa say Chelsea ebetima qualify abo UEFA Champions League eno edina net game at Chelsea and so any Liverpool and so eba so aside that the team and the Brighton and Hove Albion eno ayo 2 PM womu any Wolves ana eba afi Fulham and so ebo AFC Bournemouth na yenya Sunderland bobo kono womu ebo Manchester United yebenya Manchester City womu so ebo Brentford bobo kono no aye Manchester etota our Premier League match na the Manchester eba so ni Burnley eno ye early kick off aye 1 PM womu ni Aston Villa and edisi ni yebenya Crystal Palace womu so ebo Everton bobo kono nya yenya team and the Nottingham Forest womu so ebo aye Newcastle na afi West Ham United womu ni Arsenal game no and so etibi abaso no aye Manchester ene ebe trende our Premier League man no pay yede on koma kakra ade adawo na uko league log no so Arsenal womu our 76 points womu early the table the otosumi no Manchester City womu our 71 points and yawo Manchester United watosu miensa womu 64 points Liverpool atosu na with 58 Aston Villa atosu ni womu 58 and AFC Bournemouth womu tosu nsiam womu 52 afi Brentford bobo kono omo atosu and so womu 51 Chelsea and Brighton and Hove Albion Brighton atosu one Chelsea atosu and Crown and the Sababa Ped na uko England womu so Premier League na City and pay ya boy check akra and the ama away from that na maminko aya Spanish BBV and La Liga no na mini La Liga nkoba kakra uko La Liga and Elche and no 12 PM womu di Deportivo Alaves and this year yebenya Sevilla womu bo Espanyol Barcelona yebenya Atletico Madrid womu bo Celta Vigo aferia Susadat womu ebo Betis no Manchester eba so ene atinata ewa La Liga Real Mallorca womu ene Villarreal na ebo yebenya Athletic Club Bilbao womu so bo Valencia na yenya Real Oviedo womu ya tefe ebo Barcelona ene Madrid ene El Clasico atina 7 PM sa game no to that intende of fixture no so atinata and yebe usa Barca womanya age league na na se bia so no be postpone because that result ebeba no and yebe with the way no so ebesi akọ anu ya La Liga and koma kakwa ya di edan wo table na ade sa Barcelona boboko no ewo 88 points o na LED Madrid ewo 77 wo motoso mieno afi yenya team ne dinade Villarreal wo motoso miensa wo 64 points 68 points rather and 63 points no Atletico Madrid wo motoso 9 enum ne ye Betis boboko no wo ewo 53 points anu ya La Liga koma and no pay me boy tire edamana ebantra ton de killing Mbappe lo 10 ekwa 24 goals aniema ya kama edman Vidat Muruke and so our 21 goals and afi anti Budme our 17 goals iti wamusu goals scoring chart no Lamine Yamal our 16 goals for Ferran Torres our 15 Vinicius Junior our 15 Mikel Oyarzabal our 14 and Lewandowski and so ekwa 13 omo makano and so etwane no ya La Liga and koma ene anopɛ no me bɔtire ediama ma me wuram kakwa na me nko itara Syria na okɔ Syria no so a ene ya 3 matches ana eba so Cagliari Calcio womu ebo Udine ana afe Lazio nso ebo Inter na yenya Lecce womu so di 2 for game no ebe total etinada matches no so eba so no say na esi etia Halas for nya betena fie womu di Como ana edi seri na fe yenya Cremonese womu bo Pisa na yenya Fiorentina womu ebo Genoa afe benya Parma Calcio womu bo AS Roma na yenya AC Milan womu asuna Atalanta boboko no edisi ni ano aya Manchester total our Terence Syria wuko mu table no so 82 points and the Cry Inter womu ya dianasa afe Napoli tosumi no womu 70 points and yewo AC Milan womu tosumi ansa womu 67 wubenya Juve womu tosu 9 womu 65 and afe AS Roma tosu no womu so 64 points anom de fi Terence Syria edi ebantina to ne dia edi amako Brantani Diledi Lautaro Martinez and so our 16 goals and Marcus Thuram and so 13 Nico Pass our 12 and Brantani Dean and so Eddie Anastasios Carlos Duvicas. One over 12 goals. Now when you Giovanni Simeone, we were 11 goals. Anna Branta the other 20 Malin, and so our 11 goals are Nicola Kristovic. Woman so our 10 goals. Kenon Yades winning Rosu Solont. Women now 10 goals are and I JF Syria and the Abba Beta Mamenko France. Namin Kodim Komaka Frank Ano, Uko Piema. In fact, Mamin Sasia Kranwa, another Frank Kan game back to down, and the game I know be a him. Essence RCD Lons Kono wamu enya league no mbetiane sa in fact no ado mo chinont ebo matena ba ko mo so entimante enteno ye no adakema etota ewo tumadi so na no pen ye kete ede amasisi na amal lons bobo kono ede ama ye kama ede emo mane matisa etwande ewo aya friendly ano wubenya team ne din ede Paris Saint-Germain wamu so ewo game bo atumi se bibia ye kama enso ede mo nyame anim ni etenata ana friendly ano mo matisi ni nyina enso eba so yebenya anchors woboko no woman Strawbeck ana ebo AJ Ozil womo ebo OG Sinis na yenya le half womo bo Olympic to Marseille yebenya IMX woboko no woman Laurent ana ebo AS Monaco ebo Le Metropole na yenya PSG woman Stade Brestois edi esi ni afa Stade Rennais womo bo Paris FC ana Toulouse woboko no anso ebo Olympic Lyon na womo game no nyina ay 7 p.m. ana your body nti ano ay friendly can komani na eba o league table no so dia team and the PSG womu was 70 points sisi no womu matisaka no so omutime winning back mienu kwa eniama betima koye dia mama RCD Lons Boboko no I was 67 womu na etata PSG womu so nyom beje beta RCD Lons Boboko no womu qualify UEFA Champions League next season and confirm betimi abobi amaniama koye dia mama ayade so Olympic Lyon etosumiensa womu I was 60 points and afa Le Metropole tosu 9 womu awo 58 points ana Stade Rennais and so 56 points womu so etosu enum entenu koma kakra ne eba ne ntrato so dia womu woni emu ayedeye pa abranta de ne ade Esteban Lepo wono ekwa 19 goals ana abranta de Joaquim Pinatelli akodano we proud their 16 goals ana ekwa Mason Greenwood ekwa 15 goals Florent Balangum and so ekwa 13 Odisone Edward and so ekwa 12 goals ana benya abranta de Pavel aya swatch wano and so ekwa 11 goals Bloody Bakola and so 10 goals abenya Wesley Said womu nyina and so aya 10 goals 10 goals ani enkoba kakwa so eja etota our friend league ana and then anopen ya gba che kakra edi ama German Bundesliga de me pato ya wie enti hon komane de ya wudi anu ahweni makato so we say Bayern ebo game we the two no are very careful it says Bayern bobo ko no league no matia we ento games so mo nyina no go no say dan fan serious and na matisa etota no Osburg wo mo any Borussia Mönchengladbach and this year the Thierry Hoffian wo mo bo Werder Bremen afa RB Leipzig bobo ko no wo mo ebo St. Pauli yebenya Stuttgart wo mo ebo Leverkusen na yenya Wolfsburg bobo ko no wo mo bo Bayern Munich enti and ya matisa etota ne etenata uko Bundesliga other matisa akan PSV okay we kwa Hamburger SV wo mo any Freiburg ana ebo na yenya FC Cologne wo mo ebo Hedenium na wanya Menso 5 wo mo enso ebo Union Berlin league ne de makato se Bayern wo mate wo mo 83 points Jotos mienum Borussia Dortmund 70 points and they come wo ma qualify for UEFA Champions League anesa afa RB Leipzig wo mo 62 points wo mo toso miensa Leverkusen Womotoso and 9 womo 58 points and afa Stuttgart bobo no and so etoso enima womo 58 points e ba ne ntenato ne dia Harry Kane ana LED 33 goals and ekwano Dennis Wundaf ekwa 18 goals Seu Gurasi ekwa 16 party 6 ekwa 16 Luis Diaz ekwa 15 Michael Olise ekwa 14 Andre Kamarat and so ekwa 14 Christoph Bongatna wono su kwa 13 Haris Tabakovic and so 12 goals and then dia etota our German Bundesliga and now pay me take akra at the amabata quickly mamenya England womu entina to no so enfama na fe yenim koma hodwa and so etota Erling Haaland wono na Premier League no o goals to I have 25 goals and ekwano I go Thiago I go 22 goals João Pedro I go 15 goals Antoine Semenyo I go 15 Victor Jokeres I go 14 Danny Nitaki Webeck, our 13 goals, Morgan Gibbs White, our 13, Anna Junior Krupi, one also a 12, Calvin Donovan, and so Equequa, 12 goals, Benjamin Chesko, and who go Ketike, and only Watkins, so we now, and so Equa 11 goals, and then Komaka Queta, Tota, England, and now Penny, I don't Komaka, at the Adana, my uncle saw a proper minute, now for Yenin Komaka, Makato Safi, now we do a feed in the Atua. I ensure your number one account radio station, the weekend edition of Insure Power Sports, and your Guswa, you don't Komaka, and so at the Adam, our answer shower also, and my meaning comment say, with him, sir, and Nancy Shano, work up on the Airbus teams in the air prepare better, Uko Brazila, Yasomu Provincial 55 man squad in the I know I am ready, Dada. Now, Meko, Yamian, Abantani dinner did Nema, Mawini Dini, our 55 man provincial air squad in the air peso. Wabutasa, and Tabia, Wamo, and so added the final one, the Babanafe, Yausa Carl and Solote, and Dumano Ebi Diamatase, and Yamansoya Kama Adiamomo, and we have a porter, every peso at the Abba, I will do my dear so and they make it at the amount. Now, Mamenko Jedin Santo, William said Jedin Santo, I say, we're for the Borussia Aya Dortmund, one said that in the proper season, the Manchester United, and Yaman said down for Babia, about Chelsea, and Romao, Nano Swategu, or Kwa Aston Villa, and Yawasan Kebi and Yama, a bit me Pejadama, Batakudano, we may hear this one no Eban Europa, fine, no, where the teams are do Aya Miensa, and a Chelsea, Aqua Aya Final, and no Aya UEFA Champions League with the Borussia Dortmund, after UEFA Conference League with Chelsea, and Wadi, and Aston Villa, and so I qualify, Wamuso Asako Final, and the Anum Aya Banta the team at the Jedin Santo, no, about the finance, our Europa, about to me, and not to announce Ebo, and Komaka Krania Beta, Miko Italy, and not Medin Komaka, Uko Ilia, Abusia reporting in here, Fiosian Bobo Kono, Womania promotion, Wamuba back to Aya Italian Sriano, na Omasa Babebona, and Yama, Aya Kama, and so Adamam Dalasa, Aya 2014, and I tell Wamuso Etime, a qualified Yama Kama, at the Emam Sisoma Babaka, Italian Sriano, Fiosian, the Pato Narcissus, Mubon Somusu Ebobi, Bada Wangune. I am Manchester United legend. Now, one winner, Kasa was over Arsenal team meeting. One player be Roma. I saw Bian Sadan can answer better. Was Sir Arsenal qualify Equage UEFA Champions League final. One player said, "Ya Basubodiano, at the money year pa, I know your branch at the team, at the future showcase was Akudane, a band of holder player, Waya de pa against Atletico Madrid. Koya Arsenal 4,000 ball, and the Koya Arsenal nya that mandate. Etimi qualify Marco Fanano, a certain player, and the dinner the victor showcase. And to Mano Yeno, and Etimi Bo Arsenal year penty, one year or better Mikel Arteta say. Now first of all, Mikel Arteta Basso say, Nea Brantano, one opportunity. What me improving on now, and also I brought Arsenal Bobo Kono. I know a reporter, me pato Gwangune at the Twitter. I will to my dear so and then I pay make a Tirekaka at the Amana Mamenko RCD loans. Not Minko Kodin Komakaka, na Uko RCD loans Bobo Kona. Okay, by then, Kano, the Mamina will come from Fermin Lopez, a player at Barcelona. Now, Fermin Lopez Akasa, Jebisana Barca game against Madrid, and we Air Clasico Etina. And Ebaso, and also that Air Clasico came now. The most important thing, they are motivated on no family Lopez. I'm a game in the Brepa, says, Bass a bit to league now. It's not that game the betting so. And the about many DA passer, we met me improve as a squad. We met me about as a competitive air club. No, on match Madrid, I call Motum play. No, met me finish it, mano. And your final, when we league in Itiano, Ebabe to Ashada, and Thomas it's not there, and you can club so. Gadindim Gadem. Women Madrid, the Ombatiam, Quancobia, so I said, women to some air Madrid, now league no Muji, Eddie Somanaso, and near player, Hadama Barcelona, Fermin Lopez, and Comaca, what did you try? I will do my dear Sudia. Now, I want some yourself. Siciano, sir, Uko Basa, one more many Bromo training. Now, Womako Air Clasico, dear, but elsewhere, our Madrid, dear, and Toquanqua, a hard on the boxing ring. Woko Council and Penforcing Yanuka. Now, what dear, may the secret be as but Mamina Robert Lewandowski stole away from our reporter. Yes, Basa. ade control renewal ade akwa card no na enkata no me de akwa card no afa na brante ne hwem beta yeso ko baso na hierarchy na ebi wo gidie pa se abrante the performance no decline ade no janasa entinka be ya pa ade a baso na fo bre na afa na mo ko akwa brante adada no na o won sanfa ma ade atusi kasam no munya brante no na so be ko team bia wono so entimi konti ene ya report amense kam e wo dwumade so from Robert Lewandowski akatia medibi enso afe ana brante be compared to other clubs no na wetime decide that say Barca offer no mede man no anu ye kama atese betimi aboa na anu so nkoma kakra no already medical kato so uko Italy AC Milan ani play Juve eni abro mo so munya brante no mbepe ye pa na Lionel Messi enso guarantee interview na ne interview no wakwa nkoma kakra wo mo bisa say sisia no uhwe word of football asesa sisia na attention na safety the era and the man winning Cristiano Ronaldo no sisi a new era and eba young boys no and eba na USA new generation ya eba player ben na way ni hunye pa office e man cargo timer now pick no answer from Barca every 203 205 no and the eba no cheso Lamine Yamal was so Lamine Yamal ne the way we see for Barca e dey see the metri so and the ball na koda ne ball after within the age we first have ball in susu na ema no aka onan kasa no Lionel Messi the year 2000 2004 2005 more 203 204 205 more time no asase Barca was any janase no was ema ne kai peti the new generation here by there say on fan sensible no only player bin kase wonu ye player enter wonu so sa eni wonyam sa wiase nyina di mo wom no Lionel Messi betumanya bia wo Lamine Yamal enso ekwada mantle na ne reporter Lionel Messi adi eba ewotumade so na mamenko Saudi Arabia na menko di nkoma kakra na Al Hilal Boboko no once na no taya anomunya new head coach and you openya ne team enso adi Simeone Inzaghi after say we free Italy no ho anateso koya tuma no adi amabato wakwa the first trophy adi ama Al Hilal Boboko no na the Kings trophy anateso wakwa omo friend Kings Cup ego Saudi Arabia womo any Khalid anateso bi sia ni womo etromo eyomo nyatoa enti Benzema mo asesine ebae Hernandez mu tuomo enso ye adwuma ne kama enti Simeone Inzaghi ne first title wakwa amane man so ekoye ade ma payin now Pep Guardiola enso ade basketball de ma Arsenal wase their chance Arsenal qualify UEFA Champions League final enya se ebia on a silver platter and omunya saade no esan se wo mu Man City no mu bo same competition wo meant man qualify and final and this our finals and who said the same competition we went to man ko anim na so obi etima ya adwuma na wusia na the abasobode and man into on there was Mikel Arteta what the congratulations at the mano when the team in say UEFA Champions League final no wo mu so akwa do that fit no enya by fluke and ye didu ho enya no kwa what say we team to say Aston Villa and Crystal Palace abako ebo UEFA Europa and abako so ebo UEFA Conference League wo mu na ko final and to say two teams na kan nyina so no what the basketball ne ede momo ebo mu coach sini nyina ba so say wo metimi di team no so de adu baby a wo mu so aduane yan koba kakwa so a Pep Guardiola ade eba ego sisi ahodo so na Toni Kroos aye Germany ba or former Madrid wo mu player na abante na di koba kakwa central foco bi san say na no da Bayern Munich wo mu anso ani PSG wo mu po mu game no ebi PSG qualify UEFA Champions League final na dey na wo pick here e wo game no ma betimi ni asem ana so one player no person kan ho asem abanta ya fa no aye Ousmane Dembele Dembus wo so person kan abanta no asem ana ya say asem ne say no so wo Ousmane Dembele nyame anim ne abanta no ma tuoye pa na other clubs players and some airborne mo no uko PSG dia e come here say the one myself first one no players na up no and different because of move game on the 65th minute na player no yes star boy e wo PSG ni yi na pie player na waje Ballon d'Or na ye na pia masa na se player na nkasa it tells you say PSG e wo team ye pa ana the kind of respect sisi abanta ni team Eddie Ousmane Dembele and from on the side esan say wo your player bia Starboy de yini frimo ebi anka 10 minutes 5 minutes bi na mo obi aba bebo bi better on the 65th minute now he Starboy pay frimo na Starboy ankasa waba be gina bench o se ade ye de fe kwa ye se Osman Dembele ye change no ba bench no joy ye se we dia tie line home and say Bayern players no enso ma PSG hard tackles no encourage players no mo ko mbetimi ade mo fa ball no mo fa se ha afi wadani coach kwa tie line we say the entire that same with the kind of player about the team at the Osman Dembele and to babo banter abasu ye pa when was say as other teams players now mo fi say we may very big ni na and so it's already said and at just open to any ade I won't come kakra ni aja Tony Cruz and so at the MIM na and slot as you come obi anta so obi anya botre or say 10 pass down waka Liverpool Panthers France ni nya sabunya botre and from Liverpool na results ni performance na enkoye no so bia bo enema be kama ama ya kan say Liverpool boboko no enema so timi akoye ediamomo anom aye reporter head coach edima Liverpool panyina ne tin edian slot edipa ewodumade so ene ana pa mi ka tire ediamo Moses Caicedo Chelsea player na abantia say Chelsea pa consistency what say Chelsea ye pa na omo ya aware of it and the momentum on person omo kata na for omusia na learning curve no mutimi pass that header na Chelsea sign consistency na helping with Chelsea no adena tima stable na etimi abo Chelsea ye pa na was in league no one person obo no mo finishing well and he obi bia na adwin say Chelsea be decline no me pato abrantia the team Eddie Moses Caicedo ati enya botre famo bia ede ma be ye ede amama no ye reporter pa ewodumade so ene no pay ne me botre de ma beta me ko RCD loans bo konam wo mo akoda we so ba ko ha no ata at the age of 16 wo na elbow ma se wo metimi age league na o metimi atem abanta ne dina de Maslab Suarez eno ata wo na onya to holy go ede ma RCD loans bo kona wo metimi ti not ebo ma tena ba ko do say oboye relegation team there non to bobo ko obo head anyande but ama akoda we 16 years wono no nya go no edimo mo wono na amatisi PSG wo mo don mo na esanse sisia no de wo mu si close gap no wo ma ho ya RCD loans bobo ko no ebetimi aba be form ho ante ente no ado mo pon game no and entire supported edimo RCD loans bobo ko ni na wo bia so de gina ne na so ana o mo de support no edimo akoda na wanya 16 years no Suarez no ebo na baso say ni debut game wetimi anya go adi amaye team no matime qualify UEFA Champions League and your mobile akoda na baso and so koma kakwa ni na mekwa Atletico commanded na medin koma kakwa uko atikwa dia eba ni João Gomes ya say wo ma reach out to of 121 bobo kona na advance air talks and omenya atato mo so betimi ase akoda no na Atletico Madrid why duma no ejamo agreement yeso mo aweche personal agreement and no air reporter epa ewodumade asunti ehun koma kakra ni ehun so ensem yakwa anim sa na enota ana ebeto otwa se orient twamanye ana afe Fadi Valverde wo monsam no Madrid ebetra so aka na mekato se Madrid hierarchy ne se omotra so no mu se omonsam no DSE no se ayania monsam a ewosuru ye pa between 3 to 10 matches suspension ana o me de be mo na de ebro so pa ye dia be 11 to 20 matches suspension ana o me de be sa two players na transfer kwa dia ebi o beto sa two players ni nyina free team num na anota and you say man the bobo kono in perform kwatna say wo mzi before then and sana suspension bia beba kwa no ma fine sa two players no na 1 million euros and you fine o me dia man kuda wo so ma tep ade amomo bia de 500k and 5,000 euros each and o me dia ma sa two players no say obia asuntua mekato na no da say madi in perform so mo tena say na the sa na tie say nia and some no wa bontina and the kwankwa bia so mo salaries one betete and we no 500 and ya diama mlante no anso afe na suspense na nkasa anso be die 3 aba na sansen samni anyama ho sem ya ana no pa ya avela balua grantee interview na central for kobi sanse wo yasu ye coach wo players no mumbuka yaso mo fanya he ana papa so no woti konkonsa woti intro pa yedi ni wasase so ene ade a on pekura na sabio ubedi to kwa kan de wo me wo se nsida se ni players ne bad disrespect no wo se anya no kwa ma the players no omu buni ye papa and the santro intro na ene ma bonti no obi anyan ezan se onu hwe amamo nkasa ansam no fanfa the players so enti se sansam ne ma bonti ono as a professional head coach no wo no on professional at the ema yansen trofo no bi ene nkonfo ne ma bonti a wo mo ka the players ensu mu no ana so mo di nanim twitwi fam no anya se oye se ne akwa mbese wana me woman me wo so adade a ebedu tam obi ama ne ba duane ade na ada bonti a players akokui wani pe ana mo kokui won so the CTM na ano na madede ma yese players o mabu penya nim tia no ano ya wodo maako sia first one yes play odi kan yes ade no aye dodo kama finger yes one ni fair player wo ko penyi we ho wa bro change no akwase no bi sans adenti ana velo abalua anso e change no wo flo baba pena dani kama yes one nso ko avelo abalua ho ana obi sans adenti ana mu game against Savia one start no a wode nkoda ni bi ekobo e ni ade atese eno so one sam ebae aside that no yesi avawo kares enso ko penyi wo ho ono so ko ya yesi okoko bi so penyi we se against Ryan for yesi David Alaba enso ko penyi we ho e man chances ni ade enni ko didi nkomo mateso ono so e ko bu na adwe kire no e ma wi etie kwa na teso ne na yanko fa no kwa no emu atiane sa ansa na Raul Asensio wono so ko eti wo ko bi sa dentina against Manchester City wono Raul Asensio to wono abench no ene e de esi Dani Ceballos enso ko penyi we ho ama no so ko ka chense wonte ase se de nti ono so tinten a papa we enyu so no ansa na yesi eja chairman for de nyina eba betotwa so enti avelo abalo anankasa de yesi players ni mu no bere wo ka open se anya no kwe anope reporter men se ka se sisi de Jose Mourinho anoma settle se djuma no de ma Jose Mourinho esa so mo se dia ekoso ewo Madrid no anya se bia coach na yani tactics and as a philosophy be na emfa Madrid de boko no o ma hu say disciplinary records and Madrid discipline of players no and Madrid team na ginger and o munya coach a sabi o kaso obi antimi enka bi apese obetumi discipline e dia ba club nim ti wo mu so mu hu emujini Jose Mourinho and obetumi ya 20 direct talks no atoda ama reporter men say ka say ama Benfica boboko kwa no asa say e dia so mu sunya new head coach se Jose kwa obetima baba ye tuma no enso dia mamo enti reporter men say ka say Benfica for enya coach na wo mema Jose Mourinho ene mad ne nkobo de tima kwa nim ye pa already wo medi nkoma no ama say Jose Mourinho akache mad de say so beba pa dia wo nya ne ma 1 or 2 bi ano mu bi say ne ma ba no say upper full control e was squad num including major influence over transfers wo no ebe players so sign players say ejo mo kan any players so amatena samadi the four man of full control dia ene aduma na easy kwa edman Mbappe no ne hwan Vinicius Junior ene hwan all en twamanye kwa de hwan enchi kwa wayina mo ni Jose Mourinho ebetima ya aduma na one down edi amamadi de bobo kontefe ane ese madi de bobo kon so dwene ho se de opanyin so pe no wo betimi di sa nyama na na fetuma ya sa aduma no na already madi the same about 5 short list ana mo so anya of coaches at some person obi ni omo ya aduma emu ba ko ya Mauricio Pochettino efe Jurgen Klopp ana Jose Mourinho yi ana Lionel Scaloni any Didier Deschamps man the fortress o mapunia aba bedu mienu pe na mienu na adu no Didier Deschamps ana afa Jose Mourinho but wo bedi mu nchemu di aba wo mu si Jose Mourinho first choice ana plan B Didier Deschamps and the commander say Jose de na amfa de a and na ta say Didier Deschamps ana mo de aduma na be ma no dinto mo kasa ya say Jacob wake up Deschamps ana de enkofo eko wo mu nje quota anya rekwa no wo betimi asase aye aduma na before compose bia wake up ne ye bewie ansa na mo pre-season no kwa etima ba so ni team ana mo pe Jose so Jose betimi asase antem ba asa ko ba se e bia Jose ne bibisi kwan no mentimi anya Jose Mourinho dia ɛne na tɛ sɛ Didier Deschamps ana ɔmo de adwuma no ɛbɛma no ɔkɔ World Cup ne baa na tɛ sɛ ɔba bɛfa Madrid boboko no ama no so ni ɔmo ayɛ adwuma ɛne yɛ report a mense ka ɛno na Brazilian player ne de Endrick a te sɛ no ɔwɔ Olympic run wɔyɛ Madrid player ne sɛ wɔn de abɔnten no wɔtete sɛ amanfoɔ ka ana Mbappe no ɔnyɛ ana Mbappe no mu adeɛ ana Mbappe no wunsam pi wɔ se ɛnyɛ de obi ka wɔ abɔnten ana wɔno adwina wɔ kwa Mbappe ne deɛ ɔno wɔyɛ da Mbappe yie paa anka bɛyɛ anka ɛbɔ season ne wie La Liga deɛ ɔnya goal king no yɛmfa ma no afei ɛbɔ wie a whole of Europe player ɔnya goals dodo na anka yɛmfa ma abrante no ɛsiane sɛ wɔaboa Madrid bebree goals hyɛ ɛne de wɔafa team no ɛso ɛsi no metri so a wɔaboa ma Madrid bobo kwara yi no wɔde sɛ obi ka abrante no wasambane ana no ɛha ne yie paa no nso nkɔbɛ kakra nie na yɛsɛ reporter ɛba yɛsɛ Fiorentino Perez afrɛ Madrid players no squad no aka kyerɛ mo sɛ saa player no ɔte team no a wɔliki info ɛkɔ abɔnten no wasa ne spectacles no na wafi n'ani ata so ɔhwɛ saa player no na onya saa player korɔ deɛ a ɛneɛ ɔbɛbɔ ɔman kasa hu de wɛ ne ɛbɛsi teɛ ɔte kwankoro bia so ɔbɛ identify saa player no wonya no nso deɛ ne saa player no wɔbɛma no so ayɛ sie paa ɛne yɛ Fiorentino Perez nkɔbɛ kakra wɔpanyine ɛde ɛba Pep Guardiola ɛnso akasa de afa few Foden hɔ wɔse few Yaro Foden wɔwusa ne form no ɛba back because ne composure ne pause they were wɔsi threatening opponent wɔfa bɔ a they will see ɛtikyɛ ne passes ɛne ade na ɛne yɛ the hallmark of ɛyɛ few Foden better na nsɛntɛm asɛ nneɛma yɛ yi kakra bɛyɛ sisi adeɛ abrante na san babaka wɔso ɛno ɛyɛ adeɛ atɛ sɛ ɛboa ama team ne din ɛde ɛyɛ yɛka sɛ Man City ɛnneɛma nyina akɔyɛ ɛde amɔma ɛno yɛ report ampatɔ Pep Guardiola ɛde ɛtotwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so a ɛne anɔpɛ no yɛka tie kakra ɛde ama wɔn nhyehyɛ awodo nyinaa ɛnso ɛsɔ ɛnti ma yɛmfa nkurɔfoɔ ma so nsɛm no ɛmfa nsia no say na fe yema bedwafo enso nya kwanya emra dwumadie so na yenko tactical board na yendi nkoma kakra from the tactical prince no ye hwe wa preview of matters no ebesi aye ne Premier League no so say this weekend ebia yebetimi enya headios ni ya na eno so yedi ehon kom already medical catch say show no live ewo YouTube ntino uko YouTube na wo do comment no dia bana yes so yet me akenkan e di ama eno ye Nhyira TV ewo YouTube na ja also comment no wo de ba pem ya bakenkan nyina e di ama ezali 9 ya na se 10 ezali 10 rather ye ko asempa na ye nuanam kan for no so etimi adwani enti Fifi Manfred ana afe Josia Holotu so ewa ha a chese yeko eye enkofo amanso na yedi nkomo yenia Jude enso aba besra ne enti ene mubati Jude nka Jude de eba no eye local front na wonim se eba no wo mo pe Ghana football ni ye pa wodimu entintima ye pa enti eno so yebedi eho enkomo ye pa na afi ya we the way no so esitie ye prepare so far eye U17 dia di evremo na fe so mo afcon no so abaso no yetimi edi eho enkomo evo eye show no so na eno so etimi aboa ye panti no pato bre na oso bra beka dwumadi no hom na ma o comment no enso ma me hwese ebia mo messages no kakra ba be di ha ebia on YouTube no metimi ayi bi afri mu edi amama na eno so yetimi edi eye eno ho enso enkomo na Justina Aya Packers or say we are winning tomorrow ana Justina enso edi abampacho Justina ye team ben na leukemia aya video one so I say hi everyone ana leukemia enso edi aba Costa aya Zico I say master fast we need sports no no your interview time no yaba and Mr. Charles Chenebua ewo Virginia Alexandra na chese Mr. Charles enso ewo that Charles me won catch we see greetings from landmark terrace apartment Virginia and one so edi free edi eba we see Nhyira power sports team checho bia and the coffee unkra ba be di ha no so no and Dayak Muhammad was see good morning bro Majo so and Kevin Bless was see today Liverpool will win we went Chelsea and did not as a tata no they say no you yada say somebody the munya ye and Bernard and so as a Manchester all the way and on so the aba na yankudin kobakakra Kofi good morning na empomu ye de de nyame ase
bibia boko
ene ni nyina ye oh bibia ye boko se fie ye de
oh ya ba kwa de
ja fie ye
and that is ye wo na ye ya sorry kwa de bia
okay Kofi Matias
bibia be fine
oh bibia de be fa bibia de be fa o be ye de e nyaba
oh be ma if you nya obisa guys if you nya
David den de obesi de aka
if you
oh
ozo papa uzo browse
ezida oh ye de fie na we will be living up to you and they say oh look at the end down there nipa no look up to you no say no be say no and there no kure your ma we mama idea
very fine
na ade yes a problem be anyone so no anya ne ama boys you fine
oh there's a problem
Madidi
there is a bigger Madrid problem it go beyond just even AC over the weekend and meaning say what my team for here what happened Madrid for Valdebaba's training center but really to the extent of their Ecoso Football Club Real Madrid the most important thing no are the undertones so the Madrid and Commoner you ought to understand the remote cause and the immediate cause and the most important thing the Conceição Football Club Real Madrid especially in the context of the Ecoso players and I know I try to paint a picture to you for Gabi there isn't a you're 100% peace. I don't think it's existent. Say, I mean, in Penifoko, say a senator chairman, it's almost a dime back. Every day they go and come. So, football is it's normal, especially in a high performance community. It's a football. The person share, the person win, the person jump ballon d'or, the person go king. Like there are a lot of vested interest across board. And when you see a football club around any alien, maybe say alien and maybe doesn't understand the history of football club Real Madrid. Are you telling me that in the days of Roberto Carlos, David Beckham, and all of those big wigs, Zinedine Zidane and under the Galacticos at Real Madrid, there were no issues, there were. And say, Madrid as here, ask yourself why the club's best moment has always come when they have big egoistic players, but then excellent managers and coaches. Because Madrid as a club, and then if you look at the average football model in Europe, they run the clubs. Say only our club, but there's a system structure. President, sporting director, technical director, coach. Say only any football here, even those of us in football here, it is difficult to constantly hear from Madrid sporting director Jose Angel Sanchez. Nobody hears his name. It is Florentino Perez and then the coach. Florentino Perez and then the players. It's a Madrid structure. Akwakwaya one man no controlling the show. In as much as there are people like Willy Califat, Jose Angel Sanchez, who are also there running the day-to-day affairs of football club Real Madrid, essentially it hinges on the president and then the players and the coach. It's almost every time when Madrid were winning the La Decima, when they were winning the Undecima, when they were winning every trophy that they've won in recent times, the repeats, the back-to-back, all of them. It came because they had excellent managers who were willing to manage the dressing room and manage it well. And then Madrid in the last 2 years have gotten to a crossroad. And I think, as a result of two things, for the very first time, I think that there is a de facto two phase of Madrid. Almost all of these times, Madrid are very successful under just one manager coaches. No, there was one phase leader of football club Real Madrid. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema. At some point in time, he came to Vinicius Jr. But we know that at this point in time, it has reduced from Vinicius Junior now to killing Tony Mbappe or losing a big boy in the club. Or no one personal vested interest. The entourage or personal vested interest in him. Vinny Junior so one personal vested interest. The entourage or personal vested interest in him. And essentially, it tends to coincide with Football Club Real Madrid. That be the biggest mistake that I think Florentino Perez aye in recent times is the sack of a branch friend Xabi Alonso. Anybody that knows Xabi Alonso, any Madrid knows that Xabi was not sacked because Onyadi as a coach. It is the fact that Xabi Alonso lost the dressing room. And at Madrid, they felt that almost in dressing room now, there is always the need to back the players instead of backing the coach. Indeed, the report from Marca, from Sport, from Mundo, from AS Dario consistently was that Xabi Alonso did not see eye to eye with players, but he said Vinicius Junior on output without the ball, and constantly he spoke about it. It got to a point where Florentino Perez had to step in, and it led to the sack of the Spaniard, Abranche friend Xabi Alonso. Xavi went away. They brought on Abranche friend Alvaro Arbeloa, another man manager. If you know Alvaro Arbeloa, you know that Arbeloa essentially is a kind of guy. He wants to please the players to get the results out of them. And it's a bomb match. He was a consistent. Alvaro Arbeloa said, "It was my fault. It was my fault. It was my fault." I can't verify this information, but then according to Madrid zone, and I don't pay. Arbeloa in a pre-match press conference was saying the fight between Valverde and Abranche friend Oren Chimini, and also it is his fault.
Then you see the fault.
So the person of Abranche friend Alvaro Arbeloa.
As a team, blame.
Yes, those are the coaches almost succeeding on Madrid. It's what is going on at Football Club Real Madrid. It is as a result of club Nankasa on ways of manager on club, the side effect of it. It's any point in time, since India on success, these things begin to come out. 2, Madrid need to change on culture. Meaning, say, Madrid for through and through tell me, say, Fifi pa. Why should Madrid change their culture? Madrid have won 15 Champions League titles with the same culture. Why did they change? Kabi, every method it has an expiring date just like a product that has been produced. Maybe now doesn't work again and you need to tweak.
Okay.
That is why me upset say almost everybody's reporting Sport, Mundo, the Barcelona Pro Papers, the Madrid Pro Papers, Mark Kamwa saying say Florentino Perez is bringing back a branch friend Jose Mourinho. It is true. Say Jose Real Madrid team or the sanity beba. But I can tell you for a fact that it is not going to be long term. Say Jose Bano the sanity bar 6 months to a year. Madrid will begin to get results. Madrid will be competitive. Madrid will make a Champions League final, semi-final. They will compete again. But it is not the long-term results that Football Club Real Madrid need. So, I agree with Jose Mourinho, but only for the short term. Only if Jose is to be a stopgap, and then the finality is to convince Jurgen Klopp ultimately. So, I'm from Madrid that you want to be the manager. Because Jurgen, tactically, system-wise, are top. Again, in terms of man management, he has managed strong egos before. Yes, not on the level, on the intensity of Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, but then really, and will get the boys to fire again in terms of that is something I may expect to say. Remember with Football Club Real Madrid and our brother friend Jose Mourinho. According to the Athletic say Real Madrid hold talks over Jose return. Madrid have also considered other candidates, including United States manager Mauricio Pochettino, while ex-Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp and current AC Milan manager Maximiliano Allegri are also admired. French coach Didier Deschamps has also been mentioned internally as an option. And of course, David Austin and our friend Mario Catania and he expressed that conversation over there. Now, they asked again former coach, former goalkeeper of Football Club Real Madrid, Casillas said, why not Kene? The Madrid manager according to Casillas say, if you ask me, I would hire Xabi Alonso again. Almost all the Madridistas How many men how things are going? What club over they say, oh, just a mere accident, and an itty boat table, no send an itty pie. Now maybe be see. No problem. Say also yes over per now so over per we are. And they be cheering because of sorry.
And your mom fine you.
And make sense. Say I got you. You train say old man be sorry.
Reality na say it.
Old man. And you come 500,000. 1 million euros.
Enye easy sir.
No matter the salary I want, 1 million euros a tifu get you meska.
Yeah. And no cry. Obi on na me no so say we there. Zando no so say we there enye ska bia. Ebia 2 weeks. Salary
eska. Una hu say because we get in room cry to know say we there can. Okay. The life no living based on that standard. And you standard.
Okay.
It ain't an lie to use in a month. Yes, after 100,000 years, it has to adjust. It is car.
Wow.
And for me, Madrid would have to find a strong personality as a manager. Whether it is Jurgen or it's going to a Manchester friend Jose Mourinho, it's something that they should be able to do club. Now that leads us to the Classico. I mean, add much. Media Macari several times. Barcelona G Trophy. I don't think that there's any way because Sebastian and or the Spotify camp no, in their next game they will at least get a draw in minutes. So the best Madrid can do is to delay the coronation of Barcelona as football club as champions of football of the La Liga this season. I don't think it's possible say anything at all in terms of winning the Spanish La Liga or La Liga, and that is something that as a team, my friend, football club Barcelona. Gabi, Ocean table now. Barcelona 88 points. Madrid 77 points. What it means is that there is an 11 points gap. Now, per the number of games I can, when you look at it, immediately after this game, what Madrid can do is that if they get the win, they prevent Barcelona from being coronated. But if Barcelona end a draw or at least a win, or better still a win from this game, it means that they are Spanish La Liga champions for this season. And see, before we talk about this Classico, let's talk about this man. Now, Hassan Flick here, by now, he would be pushing to leave Barcelona or put them under pressure. He was handed bare balls. Balls go and appear.
Don't pay
the man. And the man, he has made magic of Barcelona. Main maker. When you take the Madrid team, there is no way Barcelona more quality in depth than Madrid. When you take in Atletico Madrid, barring a few players that stand out of Barcelona, Atletico have quality in depth than Barcelona. But the coach is not touch that, and he's the difference maker. Madrid for the reason why for some of us we are asking for Jurgen Klopp, they say, come imagine Jurgen on the other side of Madrid. Now Hansi Flick is in Barcelona. What can Madrid go after? Because it's all for the two coaches. Hansi Flick materials no kitano of phone, but he's able to get results even out of that edgy league. About Champions League semi-final, about Champions League quarter-final. You know, we can say okay. No problem on left wing. Rafinha prepra. Oh, center forward. Lewandowski, Enyi, Yempe proper center forward, center back. Bastoni, Bebe, Boy, Martinez, Bayern, Tini, okay, how can we make sure say FIFA players no durability better with Pedri, Gavi, Frankie De Jong, and they can play consistently. Big deal of Barcelona. Right back, almost suddenly be apart from Joe Koundé. Who plays there? Is it Eric Garcia? Who go? Gerard Martin, he's a squad player, but this man, he is doing the job.
What am I there about quest? I am on home. Menti that's all complaining. Say, Ebia, we need this setup of player now. Say this skill set, you know. I'm on a game plan of person, but when Timambo, why did I know anything?
Anything that make us say, Hansi Flick, I don't know. I wrote something on Twitter. Said the perfect manager for the Chelsea project, you know, should have been Hansi.
For that one, there, I agree.
Who said, "Obi have before Chelsea, Jumana, or you can craft it or start this or Jim here." No, so keep away. Then it brings issues. If Hansi is the guy, not the he is willing to okay. Also, we have my mate, and who said go for one money Juma or money asem. Miss Uncle for I'm very careful there because these are politicians in themselves.
Oh, okay.
We will get the results for you. They expect that once times get there, you also do what they want for them. Hansi Flick has done that for 2 seasons. Yes, Pires Harvey is in Barcelona. The plan is to extend the contract for him for 2 more seasons. Not some Barcelona and I'm saying that imagine some Madrid for Jurgen. 2 German tacticians. 2 very and so what's here the likes of Gavin will paint a picture saying Hansi Flick acquire some grandfather. Only member of Tiamo, any member of support.
Yeah.
You remember the time where Lamine Yamal Mokoko is almost party here the other day, or no anyone Laporta. One of the things Hansi Flick mentioned was, I did handing me and say, or no one Laporta, Lamine invited him and uncle party. But he can go into a private meeting with Lamine and point to Lamine and say, Jack, I did we need too much. How? But the crowd wants to go push him under the bus. That is who Jurgen Klopp will be. Look at Jurgen Klopp handling of Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. There were times when Mohamed Salah or Carino, he goes inside, he will talk to them. Plus, seeing in a touchline, young planning game plan system that will get the players to thrive. Oh, Jurgen Klopp will do the job. And we bet me answer it Africa pencil. Hansi best no lose bet me Hansi. And I'm saying that Madrid have better quality in depth than Barcelona. Better centre backs, more experienced players in the middle of the pack. When people talk about the quality of Pedri, Gavi, Modi, Barcelona team, there is more experience in that Madrid midfield. Madrid midfield make it all. Kamavinga and Chimeni, they are world achievers. Multiple Champions League winners. Small boys, Federico Valverde, multiple Champions League winners. They played under Cruz and Modric and linked their trade from there. Into your manager, bet me any system, bro, with my Juma. Very exciting. But as it stands down, as I make too much about Madrid for the campaign. And now come here bizarre saying, not to say, the quack now, person says, you see the NM fan. Medium in Pesebefa. I don't think that will help Madrid. Pesebefa Anna Emfa. Oh, okay, house or bar. Oh, in my opinion, I don't think they'll be fine in the long term. So Jose about 6 months, man, Madrid got Champions League final game. But Jose after 6 months, sa sebe. And the amount who said now, Vini more, Mbappe more faction, French faction, South American faction. Jose will fall out to them. Okay. Go back to Manchester United. Jurgen, a friend said, Paul Abile Pogba. You dare not. You let's say Jose there. I was saying I drop Scott McTominay in Kobo. You cannot do anything. Yes, and it will degenerate into something else. But you see, Jurgen Moye a little more tactful. Sebe penny catch also your kwasia, utimika kwasia ne chiro baton ka kwasia. Utimika just jala watai na o chef but adi we there I say no I can't and come and then you go on from there. That is what Jurgen gives you. I mean, a very wise, intelligent man. Plus, tactically he's astute. I think that in the modern game, he's more on the next level. I don't think who Jurgen and Jose Siwodoma. Jose has the personality. He is well achieved than Jurgen. But I don't think that Jurgen like his idea. Jose may have it more, but Jurgen also brings his. So now Madrid is going for disciplinary record's sake. Yeah. And yeah, for that flair ball, tactical dispensation in the other. It's important. Now Madrid are focusing more on that because we here. In the short term, I do here. But in the long term, you need more than just discipline and all of that. You need a structure. Because Madrid follow disciplinary in a solid coaching. And you see, Germans are very strict. Hansi it afflict or Sadio, but also tactically a solid base on one place and thriving in, plus getting them to understand and play according to a team's rules, which is very, very important. So, but if that is the case, there, are there no more go for Didier Deschamps rather? Deschamps, in my opinion, I don't know if Deschamps, in terms of club football, is ready for it. Okay. Deschamps' experience at club football was when he was at Marseille. After playing for Juventus, coming back to his native France, he wasn't too successful. Yes, he has coached the French national team, but that is national team football. We don't know that will work a different conversation. Pochettino, I don't think so. Madrid, Maximiliano Allegri, 2 and 2. Madrid for a lot of attacking firepower. You don't want to play the Allegri best sit back, 3 back, compact. Allegri the discipline never. You will defend more. But as expressive as you person I think that Jurgen is perfect. Okay, you to us way.
And was na say you can't kwesi wa.
So Barcelona for almost on person Jürgen Beba. Almost on my team na so. Omo pe on person on pe German coach of club.
And the O2 mad the 4 for no so o problem kakra.
There be Florentino na. Na Florentino be too for Gabi. Obi and two Florentino Perez for. You cannot advise the man. And Madrid have to change the culture. Allow Jürgen come in. Allow him to control things. I mean, this weekend's El Clasico there. It is probably the most uninterested El Clasico I have in a long time.
Okay. And Ayala said, near Onu Hunie. Was it the only way I said, I'm say Jangen Club person or steady Terry no head there, German wet cap on the beko.
Okay.
Say Ebia Ankoye na say Julian the Gosman. Omeja na kwa nebi akwa ko fantina. I be on kaza onye class to say be on for team BCC and as on train wet cap no. Maybe enene dia ono so adwene nti.
I think another part of what I like.
But I also nya dia nke for adwuma man.
There be I like any as an analyst, he knows that Jürgen will do the job. As a Barcelona on page Jürgen, on page Jose, on measure on 3-4-5 season out. To add to me, I like Gabi. I also will be surprised. Say Jürgen training in Arsenal. He may also understand that Jose Bawan Shana for a long time a day. I could be a 6 month, 1 year. Then he allows Jose to come in.
Okay.
Jose Baba DNA. Then he comes in. Jürgen over things and they take Madrid to the levels where they want to go. See how Gabi coaching markets, things of any quality, any experience. Most of the coaches that are available are young, up and coming collaborative coaches, and you don't really have experience. So to say Nagelsmann could free Germany and Germany. Nagelsmann is not that much experience, even if you are looking at experience away from just age.
Yeah.
It's just Bayern and Leipzig and the German national team. For the level of Madrid, and yet that much experience, like the way that Carlo Ancelotti was well traveled before he came in. Jose Mourinho before he came in, no, you're very well traveled. Chelsea, Manchester United, Porto, won Champions League before he came in. Inter. Even with a Nagelsmann, we want to compare Madrid's type of bosses in FIFA.
Okay, what if she said, so already say, oh, can that political sense of your big clubs, you know, because Hansi Flick, that aspect now, Okochi Bayern, Oko Bayern, so hierarchy now, it's almost similar to the old Madrid.
Yeah.
The hierarchy thing, no, the one your boss in it, the one we see call Madrid, no, the same thing now, a tier our Madrid. So if say, Julian Nagelsmann, etimi aye Bayern adwuma with that semni nyina with ya kan say papa obo na adwene bibibi
only honest.
Yes, but me no ma adwuma, why not say somebody didn't so be me for formalities to say
the problem is just going to be again the coach. And it made a similar problem that Xavi faced.
Oh, okay.
You want to play 4-2-2-2. Mbappe and I say be an example keke. Vini e say 4-2-2-2 ne the call right hand side on Peho. Then the issues begin to crop up, especially when the team is not winning. And Obianim say, as a young coach, Oba, it will take a time to find your feet.
Okay.
So
Enzo Maesca now.
I'm a candidate. Only number one candidate. Ziad me free Thomas Tuchel crack camp. Maresca camp.
But Papa no di na ti di on my own sense from. Kakra abe di.
But City for said that.
Nti we no ma na hwem kakra na.
Gabi na a classic here. Barca Madrid for need to be share Barca for.
DSC.
Omo dere be show. Barca enye Lamine Yamal ni mo be enye hwe Barca be gene do, be gene ni. Ochina.
Okay.
El Campuno or Obeji. Now look at the record of the last few Clásicos that Madrid have, both of them have played. 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, all in favor of Barcelona. 5-2, all in favor of Barcelona. No, the very first one 2-1, last one was in favor of Football Club Real Madrid, and then 4-0. So if you look at the last 5 El Clásicos, just one that Madrid have prevailed. Okay. I think that at the Spotify Campuno that we are going to play, I keep on saying Football Club Barcelona, Ebenya success, no at least a draw, no the results from there. Thiago Pitak, Modin, Heisen, Rudiger, the season is done for them. I'm sure for them, they want the season to be over, and Barcelona have done enough to make sure say BBA will come at them. For the Italian Serie A, Media Maka say, I think one of the good things that the PBA is to be able to eat a humble pie when the time is due when you have to eat it.
Okay.
And for Christian Kivu, I did not give him a dog chance. And my reasons were simple. It was valid to me at the time because shoes now no Babeshero. No Beshe Simeone Inzaghi shoes. Christian Kivu Uba Interno. No I Juma only properly in the Italian Serie A at Parma. And it wasn't even up to 50 games. Way less than 50 games. So it wasn't up to 2 seasons at Parma. Baby, why you Chapa Inter for Premier Division or Monkran Kran, why you Manache. So for him to come and then take Inter to the Scudetto after the first full season and the second full season, you know, tells you how much of a good manager that he is. First season, or Champions League semi-final. You went to the final, right? On the Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, final. Or you Barcelona film in the semi-final. Echo final. Paris Saint-Germain is humiliating there. But then again, it tells you of a good manager. Oh, yeah. This weekend, the Italian Serie A, it's about qualification to the UEFA competitions, no? And also survival. Omomodas, Lecce, Cremonese, Verona, and Pesa. Then Napoli, Milan, Juventus. Now, look at this. Milan was 67 points. Juve was 65 points. Roma was 64 points. Como, 62 points. What it means that from the 6th position to the 2nd position, Obia makes me in the Champions League. And that is why Czech Fabregas and the Mirantia Como and fight is at least this weekend Juve away. Kobo against team friend Lecce, who are in the relegation struggle. So Juventus Kobo against Lecce. No. Como for one anything. Say if you're able to get the job done as a Juve drop a pointer, they play against Verona, who are also in the relegation struggle.
Obia so position be at tornado.
It's ama Italian Serie because it comes down to this. And now long for no managed to win on a game no by go to 0.
That small boy.
Yeah. 60 years of age. And just a few seconds we drew park so she go. I wish long for better match league no baby.
Yeah.
Oh, more games than Paris Saint-Germain.
How many PhDs so sound about me boy anymore?
No more games than them. So what's me couldn't say they are fine. Paris Saint-Germain was 70, Long was 67.
Yeah.
And Paris got very good momentum. Now that the Champions League has been done, the good thing for Long when they say they are going to play in the Champions League next season, which is good news for them. Paris Saint-Germain this weekend in the Coupe de France against team my friend Stade de Brestois. We expect to say Paris Saint-Germain and then the mountain will go in there and then get a job done. I mean, your friend our English Premier League.
Quick one now.
Say how the season has shaped up. I think say Arsenal Belgium League, you know.
Okay.
And what had reduced was the margin of error. And immediately Manchester City for drop a point, you know, it became the same. Man City for now playing against Brentford. Now, again, it's likely to be a similar game to what we saw at the Helde Kingston Stadium this week. It's Man City for now are a little bit carefuler. They'll think that going to go and play against Brentford is another walk in the park. It is not. Because Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, based on what is going on in the Premier League, Aston Villa the 5th, or Kobo Europa League final, so that 5th not the Europa League now, a 6th team will get a place in the Champions League.
Yeah.
What it means that Brentford follow the job that Keith Andrews are here in a season where Thomas Frank Ekwa, nobody expected them to be here. No. He would love to commemorate it with some level of European presence as well. On Kobo in the Champions League, or go PM and then deliver. That is why the game against Manchester City becomes particularly tricky. Okay. Arsenal are going away to the London Olympic Stadium. It's a place where in recent times, and too good for them. The biggest conversation is about Champions League like it is over here. Who share the race now? Who is going to qualify and go to Champions League? Chelsea air away to Anfield. This season, Chelsea are share Liverpool there. But and Minesh was at 11:30, Chelsea will be excited to come in. According to Callum McFarlane, players for the the only motivation I have for Chelsea is to get a Champions League 6th spot now, if things go on well. The good thing is that may expect say Levi Cole may start in one of these games together with Rhys James or Sam Machi. We are going to see how it will go.
Okay.
We can't end today without singing the praises of our branch friend Unai Emery.
Yeah.
Aboyejuma. why such a very very good job from Sevilla, Aston Villa, Villarreal.
Okay. Chelsea squad na Abba.
Okay.
Philip Jagelson, Gerard Hato, Fofana, Levi Kowo, Makukwaya, Hato Calçado, Andre Santos, Enzo Palma, João Pedro. Where Chelsea players from the starting?
Enzo
João Pedro, Palma, Enzo, Andre Santos, Calçado, Gerard Hato, Makukwaya, Kowo, Fofana, Malo Gusto, and Philip Jagelson.
Oh wow. Enzo, I Pia Hato a shame Fifi on. And Obo Gusto, Obo Kukurea.
Yeah.
And Obo Tosin and Fofana. Obo Fofana and Levi Kowo. Perfect. That's the centre back pair is my esca time. Not near my team Koye Mayano.
Okay. Liverpool so dear no Mamadasville back Vile Van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Kakes, Jomi Shobos like Mark Alexa, Curtis Jones, Cardi Gakpo, Frempon, Ryan Gravenberch, and Rio Ngomoha. Onwa the boy ne sabe boy tia betete. Anti Odingomoha.
See, I Chelsea man, it's been predictable.
And any jaya na mama ye. Me ankasa kra na game ya me ni no de. O de ma me mam code ne ya.
Omo hwe body e look.
Omo de mko hebi de betimi aka no mko hebi. Ye pa ma to omo de mko hebi.
Gabi. And boys they for 17 also.
Okay.
On Thursday also omo for 9 odds and then omo for 17 odds. Me expect to say Saturday 8 Fatilu say 18 odds na boy. Me odds no primary few odds boys indeed. Fatilu not here children say 18 odds. Me so and 18 odds na boys the fine now. Yes, but just say next Saturday and Sunday. Me show Sunday emergement but on all 50 man for social media handles coach number 1 me na dey no gap first one a BW 549275. Second one a BW 54923116. Third one a BW 549189F1. Fourth one a BW 5490E260. And the last one a BW 548BE8D6. These are Saturday codes and a winning team.
Okay.
Koko Chebi na first card here.
Okay. Fifi Manfred Anna or the Echo Tactical Board no so Yeko Ekodi enkomo kakra ewo eho enti yaba yesan to aso edi amount na yetimi akwanim ene combo no 433 ene combo no yebo no 433 enti yebedi nkomo Jude Ewusu bafo ewa ha wono nso ebedi for no nkomo kakra wa ha Joshua Wolotu nso aba enti Joe Bokakra na Jude Mbokakra mfama me na afe yemra loka ye wo solid 30 minutes ewe mu ntino yebetimi ade aye ni nyina na afe fu wa no yadi aba loka na yaba bedi loka no nkomanti my yaman krafo ni nyina kwa aba afe na utie show na ode ato ha ayenhura 1045 FM afe asempa 947 enti nkrafo ni nyina yama kwa aba de ba juma die so na madin kire ewo ye YouTube mo de kwa making kan ni nyina de amama kakra so ebebi ahoma de amana afe monso madin chematime de aba ye juma die so anti mami nyani say mami ni kama Jude Bafo Krakaba na Jude so enrem. Jude, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Na empom to say
oh nyame dominion na wonso
nyame adom bibia boko pa.
Okay, see na see. Why sweet him so.
Obende Pili Adawroma. Junior Pili na popo me.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Me nice one.
You look very resplendent in your outfit.
Medas Africa. I say there ya na come. Hey, na cry ya we you. Okay, iwi ebekwa yi. Enti but yen ya Jude. owusu baafo ana Martin nka no na eba no local dia you know say woma local no omo pense ne Barca for pe omo Barca ene Madrid for pe omo Madrid no wono de ne de no local ne de wuja no kra se yemfa so nyina mfama no a wode ni nyina be local nko a ba du nya no sa ne.
Of course, sure, of course. And there's one thing about this job, what we call versatility, very key, very salient. I mean, own to me, without it, you get it. Yeah, just like, you're a footballer. Position SSR.
Yeah.
Until you should be able to switch.
Yeah.
So that's it. Until that wouldn't be an issue. But me to say, in as much as your man on insem no ehia no. Your bill, your car, your fees, and
we have a fee
here. With an many fee air car same be. I mean, also group so they're a very solid group.
Yeah.
I mean, share director of sports. Me and Minia Precope, I have so much respect for him. Also, Bempa Ayala. Ayala says no. Me share Minia and no pay. Now all can a kaime. How to folk and kotoko. Those days, not all can or your foreigner.
Yeah.
All can ya deno. Now a kwakwa kaime. Or say all can a manager. Or t game na say or t players I say at any point in time.
Yeah.
Say bibi ni onim said the only players back asano. I want man na mekai says so Jones atuko ifiu.
Solid man.
Oh,
solid man.
The last Ghanaian coach or African best coach.
Yeah.
Says so Jones atuko ifiu na SI record no. Now adia ba ko na oyeman yefe. Ana menu aneka. Hwe ena na ebo club mundi ba atuko ifiu mo. And say yeah club ba benya.
Of course, yeah.
Now onim de atuko ifiu no ye. Otimi any players no mo pese mo jumani on mo je otimi free copsin mo de mo baby otimbi on mo be o ya no aka chem say Jack small we say de mo pe mayama mo
afa adu me de so
ade ati am nso mo nkwa me de ma me
ene nkomo na be de ma me nkom na Joe good morning what's where you know so for mama there be ene check for mama na enya ntom afidi ametonka
okay
ma bi ubezi num kakra anade asa we okay no ade na na ma anye anade music of voice na emu asane kakra
still kakra nti ye be fan sa
be fan de hade sa be twimutai wow salim no be so be san salim aka ho
ande bia kakra ba ka ho
sa okuku ni jemi eduma no ene sa na tie eti afi na ye welcome you into the system here pa me any nkoma kakra na yetimi aba be defie so nkoma ni
and then no front page of master no say medium million ya kore now we translate it by English more what they are simply trying to say is that 500,000 already running
okay
after idea see between Federico Valverde and Aurelien Tchouameni. Now the club has taken a position say on be fine both players. Now fine no amounted to 500,000 euros for both players. And now me hear some quick research to see how long it will take for both of the players no to pay that amount.
Okay.
For Valverde no, it will take him only 1.5 weeks. That is 1 week and 3 days.
Okay.
For him to pay that money per his salary. And I'm checking Tchouameni so it will take Tchouameni roughly about 2 weeks.
Okay.
To pay that money per his salary. Inti Gabi, anybody listening to me will be saying, say, but isn't this something that once they pay that money, as a from ready? Because yes, a woman said young way, no, it was a bad thing for them to do. Tempest fled, and then they got angry at each other, and then there was a punch, and I said there were scuffles. But if you find us and we pay that money, say if something like this must happen again, it could happen because at the end of the day we will be fined, and that amount of money we can pay it. But Gabi, the truth of the matter is that Real Madrid for know very well say that fine define both players is not necessarily what really makes the difference.
Okay.
I mean, yes, there's safer punishment. I wasn't committing the mom. Where they'll tell you that because of what you have done and the reputation that you have dented for Real Madrid, at least 3-4 games, but Real Madrid, you and I know, said this season almost and the point between them and Barcelona, 11-point difference. I don't want to say one team win La Liga, but we almost in China. Indiana games now can. You'll be expecting a performance from Advantage or Aurelien Tchouameni, but you have kicked him off. You put him on the sidelines already. You know, Real Madrid have a lot of injury issues. Adagule Mwepra, Rodrigo Goes Mwepra. So, would you be confident to say, Tchouameni go and sit down at home for 5 games? You can't do that.
Favor the crowd and come because recently we go so much saying
but unluckily for him, the kind of injury I was sustaining will require him to sit at home for 14 days. It's already an old team mobile.
Yeah, come from more no nanka Tchouameni nye.
But I say definitely he will come back. 14 days is 2 weeks.
Okay.
And by the time you come back, there will be some games left. Meaning said American what you say.
Matthias.
Which is the reason why that 500,000 to you and I know. You only say it's kakesi. When you convert it into dollars, it's getting to about $600,000.
Okay.
That's 500,000 euros. Now you're finding both players now. When you convert it to dollars, it's about over $600,000. But Gabi, that money is nothing in the eyes of these players. They will pay that money and they will be free. That's the update coming from Real Madrid for. But Gabi, I say no money Fifi Edin come be about the Jose Mourinho issue. And I say no, I say I can understand why Florentino Perez would want Jose Mourinho back in the team.
Okay.
Because when some things like this are going on and you need one manager who at least has gone through the rank and file of Real Madrid in terms of managing them, and he knows how to manage the egos of the players, you want to trust Jose Mourinho. And no, he and Florentino Perez already have that relationship. Say yes, I can call you. We can have a discussion about what the way forward of Real Madrid must be. You have been in the job before. You are experienced. All these years of coaching. But one of the big things are a coincidence for Jose Mourinho to come and take this job is the fact that Jose Mourinho himself, also for his own kind of temperament or would he be the one to step into that dressing room and call Vinicius and call Kylian Mbappe? Someone better not say. Then after that, I can say for a fact, I can work with the both of you and I can bring the whole squad together without my ego also coming into the fray. Because Jose Mourinho also has his own temperament. If your name not even he will not agree with them on certain petty things. And that could be a different story altogether. But the positive side of the whole issue is that Jose Mourinho is a coach. Once he walks into that dressing room, there is nobody in that Real Madrid dressing room who will say, I will not give respect to Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is not an Arbeloa.
Okay.
Jose Mourinho is not a Xabi Alonso, who are relatively inexperienced when it comes to the coaching job. But Jose Mourinho, with all his track record that was building over the years, once he comes in there, all the players are expected to submit to him. But then again, will it then mean say that job that Jose Mourinho is coming to do must be temporary or must be permanent? Because Matisse, Florentino Perez, and Jose Mourinho went in that.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho among the conditions. So Oba Meji Real Madrid the Jumani Dia. He needs total sporting control. That's number one. Number two, he needs total control of the medical team. Number three, he wants to have total control of disciplinary actions that will be taken at Real Madrid. So these are the three top things that Jose Mourinho no all about Real Madrid or Shishe. But does it mean that these are the things that will give him control over the team, short term or long term? Because you cannot achieve all of these things short term. And Jose Mourinho it will be very difficult for him to come and just take the job and say, I want to do this for just 2 months or 3 months or on an interim basis. Definitely no. He will want to do it for at least one whole season. And then after that season, whether or not Florentino Perez will be happy with him, say, okay, what you have done is good enough. I can allow you to continue there. It will be a different issue because definitely Jurgen Klopp is also one big neighbor. He's been associated with the Real Madrid job. It's Real Madrid from 70 there. It is very interesting, and I know, say definitely no. As time goes on, you better say the home come up be brave.
Yeah.
But you'll be watching on share tactical in the mommy because
to
scroll back answer na other conversations. So on said this weekend classic on war.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the last 5 games between Barcelona, Real Madrid have won only 1, and Barcelona are winning 4.
The last 5 matches.
The last 5 Clasico games.
Okay.
Now, Barcelona this season have not lost any game at home in the La Liga. They have not lost any game at home in the La Liga.
Okay.
So, almost winning almost last 2 remaining games to come on. It will be the first time since 1985-86 season when a team went throughout the season in the La Liga and didn't lose a game at home. The last team on WSL was Real Madrid, 1986.
Okay.
So when you look at it carefully, Barcelona are on the verge of making another record for themselves. In the sense, say, to go a whole season without losing at home, it is a big thing. And I know for sure, say, it is something that definitely they will be happy about, say, on bet me aye.
Tilo monsa hwe ma ya na emse ensa anye enya active bi mu hwe ma na ye hwe na yimi ohonum na.
But to do that at the expense of
still na.
To do that at the expense of Real Madrid no will be something that they will be looking to do. Because already Real Madrid is very unsettled. Whatever is going on at Real Madrid has made them already unsettled for. Already unsettled for the game that is coming up against Barcelona. Now, one of the things about this particular Real Madrid team, especially in the run-up to this particular El Clasico, is that aside the fact that there's 11 points difference between Ono and Real Madrid at the top, the injury issues that they have already had, and at the Baku and Wasenka, affect them more because Rodrigo is out, Adagule is out, and we all know Adagule the impact in this Real Madrid team, and in his place, no. And as we share team from this lineup, no, you can see that Nkrofo Pitach and Dean Weiss are more of the youngsters who are coming into this game. But the thing is that would the experience factor go against them? Because now that most of the team is fragmented, no, I must say players that's number 1. Number 2, there are injury issues over there. Number 3, the points gap, definitely Real Madrid cannot come and overtake Barcelona. Number 4, key players missing out, requiring youngsters coming in. These are the things that will make them go down on the day and give Barcelona the upper hand.
Okay.
Until Barcelona 4 team now, throughout the season, say Champions League, they couldn't make it that far. But look at Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo, Lewandowski, Pedri, Gavi, Gerard Martin, Pau Kubasi, Eric Garcia, Cancelo. These are guys who have played at least throughout the season quite a number of games. If you want to pair this team against a rather fragmented and broken Real Madrid team, Gabi, your guess is as good as mine. Say definitely no, Real Madrid will have an upper hand over Barcelona.
Okay.
Barcelona will have an upper hand over Real Madrid, sorry. Gabi, the French Ligue 1 is not over. Because I understand, PSG, they should be able to win. right? Because if you have played so well in the Champions League, now only Arsenal air ball. But even look at the Bayern Munich, the way I'm to be called, Allianz Arena, and you're one draw. But they have had a quite dicey season in the French League on.
Okay.
Now, Ushe team bit to say RC Lan. And how Enra Omni Nantes. A boy, yeah, Omutimi share Nantes 1-0. Now they have closed the gap again at the top to just 3 points. Which means there's a lot of pressure on PSG. It's not much Omni start Brestois, they have to win that game. And yes, sir, the pressure mounts upon them. And if you don't take care, this league, the French league, it will go down to the wire. Say the year who English Premier League. I know for sure, say, in PSG for they would have wished that at this time of the season, they would have had some gap.
Full countries in the Champions League.
But now you can see that they are also in a very similar soup as Arsenal.
Okay.
While Arsenal is also thinking about the Champions League final, they also know say, and the game on West Ham, that's Echina rather. Echina game on West Ham, they have to win against West Ham. And yes, sir, the pressure increases upon them. So we have two finalists in the Champions League.
Okay.
When you look at them carefully, both of them in their domestic league have a lot of work to do in order to secure for this. It's a share points now. PSG 70, Arsenal on 67, just 3 points difference.
Okay.
So a lot of pressure will be on PSG or fear on start Brestois to score them. Now, Gabi, me who say ball Chelsea for lineup also. I'll come there. But look at Anslot Callum McFarlane. Say it is very imbalanced to look at both coaches at this point. Because Anslot has been with Chelsea has been with Liverpool the whole season. And in fact, Nkrofo are complaining about his performance. But with Callum McFarlane now, impromptu. Yapam Maresca on one for 2 games. Yes, Apam Liam was in your one game. No, he has played one in the Premier League. He has lost to Nottingham Forest, and now he's playing against Liverpool. The last time Chelsea Echo Anfield, Echo said Liverpool was in 2021. It's here for the Ashefo Bekaya. That was the lockdown period, and now in Crawford Stadium. And at Chelsea call Anfield at Mason Mount. One go match. From then, Chelsea has never scored Liverpool at Anfield. And we said this season, Stamford Bridge, we saw that Estevao let go, and they had to trade that win 2-1 over Liverpool. But Gabi, I think at this point in time in the season, it's very difficult to see where Chelsea are even going to get a result from. It's very difficult because I can understand, say, when you look at the performance of the two teams, they would have wanted to do better. But at this point, you would favor Liverpool to be a stronger side than Chelsea. And it's very clear. Chelsea for now said now they are trying very hard to see how they can get Xabi Alonso to come and coach. But Gabi, let me tell you for a fact, say, the problems would not be solved if the owners at the top cannot identify, say, what they have done requires them to really sit down and think about a new strategy that they will take Chelsea on.
Okay.
Already, so next season they want to approach it differently. They want to bring in experienced players. It's not just about experienced players. It's about getting players who are ready to do the job. That's number one. Number two, having a coach who can have an understanding with the hierarchy.
Okay.
So this is the kind of control that I need to have over my team, and I don't need interference from you. Otherwise, Johan Cruyff from the grave to come and coach. I'm sorry, Chelsea.
Okay. Enti hwena si form fa mama na yemre yimedi ha so common kakra.
Enti already the lineups are out.
Yeah.
But I think the race for Europe no. Na amount for any bebre ebe woso. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea all occupying from 4th to 9th position. Now, if Chelsea everybody winning in the game now, they would have climbed at least to the 6th position because Onobaba will 51.
Yeah.
And then they would have maybe a plus of maybe 1 or 2 goals in addition. But now they have +6. Brentford were +6. In the Chelsea to me, at least they would have come to 7th position. Yeah. But if they lose today again, then it means that once the weekend is over, expect Chelsea to go down, and it doesn't increase their chances of finishing in top 6 or even top 7. And Ansha, they said their marker already.
Conference,
it looks like conference. So what you are saying?
Manchester 14.
Yes,
14.
and Gabi again. City, Brentford, another big game for the weekend.
Okay.
I don't think City 4 will take this game lightly, because if they are really serious about catching up with Arsenal after they drew that game over the last week on Monday, Everton for 3-3 they would want to win this game at all costs. So to give them a better chance of say winning and also winning.
Okay.
Another game, and I've said it multiple times, say a lot of eyes will be on this game, Gabi. I think it's the game of the weekend. If Arsenal are able to win this game, I think they should be able to win the league.
I feel they will be atum so betimi agile.
Really game win there.
And le Joshua will to be science here.
Be atum.
Arsenal be league no.
Arsenal for already pay myself. Say me pay Ateta, me pay team no. But that's not true.
But previous days in na dia waka is a game way. And this a game way free what there. We betimi predict Arsenal here.
Yes.
Okay.
If Arsenal win this game, Gabi, I think they should. And you know the reason why? Arsenal themselves have not done so well against West Ham in the last few years. Who is our draw away free in 2022-2023 season? There were 2 occasions where West Ham went to the Emirates and they got the points against Arsenal, and they cut their chances of getting a good finish in the Premier League in 2023-2024, 25-26 season. But this time around, game no ever London Stadium.
Okay.
But the opponent is the same. So the fear factor will definitely be there. Say, hey, in Crawford, I'm sure we are. I'm sure no master artist team no fee your engine. But once Arsenal is able to do the job over here, I am saying for a fact that Arsenal will win the league.
Okay.
It's I think a whole yedi I didn't be but lastly, you know. And upon when I who saw graphic and I was like, wow. When Arteta took over the job in 2020, players now on your muye ejumano. I can't nipa for pay.
For na wine.
And in 2026, Gabriel Martinelli, Magalhaes, and William Saliba, and Afe Bukayo Saka.
4 players,
only 4 players. And you can tell for a fact, say all of these 4 players have had a huge impact in the team this season alone.
Then yes, say be na be there, and so your 4 years we any man say na your team be you.
But Mami Misao. By the time that 4 years is due, which players do you think would be left at Chelsea?
Na cause
okay, first say Chelsea akofa Xabi Alonso so we coach team no. And then they give him 4 years. And they say okay,
James do Obeka. One day your team James Beka.
Okay.
Estevao Beka.
Okay.
Palma Beka.
Okay.
That boys now is truly Chelsea Nkolano. But Enzo Casedo say minya sure. Enzo Casedo minya sure. So go keep ando anya di into the pamani ebe pamono. No beko. Another players in the beji job but that players Estevao the Chelsea person in the project.
Yeah.
Estevao Kopama.
There may be Levi Cole.
Levi Cole or not the Chelsea man.
Yeah.
And Reece James on the team yes you wanted to come for Ebia Omona Ebeka Omoma Kabia there. João Pedro. Yes, okay. João Pedro.
But this is a testament of the patience that we need to have for managers. I say you can it several times. So when you want to embark on a project, I was saying we need Butrema team no. I was saying we need Butrema coach no.
Okay.
And you need chance for you.
Joe, Yavanswe na Minia Jude also emfa kakra bi nso so na yemra efie because ono ankasa kwa de wedi ka kire me. So on there no foreign there ntito kakra. Bama.
Yeah, Minia.
Ye ni nkomo light when be na fi ye medi nkomo ni.
First of all, on Real Madrid, it feels definitely an only issue.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes. Quite unfortunate, say Madrid, where the kind of investment are going into the team. Any talent Madrid ekra. Especially when Kylian Mbappe Lopin about Becca team no. The impression was that the X factor and aban. But bro, say offer Barca team. Na offer Madrid there. Na ka so a comparative analysis. Na o share the gap Barca team bie mu. Na de to Madrid there. Say areho. Because trust you me. Now man for him say oh with Mbappe on board no. Definitely Madrid cried there say Oshia Barca near my bear. And so Barca under Hans Flick on Farm Madrid there nyeshe. The ope and clearly total dominance within a 2-year period. Hans Flick has won at least 5 titles. Talk of the Copa del Rey, talk of the La Liga, talk of the Super Cup. And within that period, you'd ask yourself, say, what has Real Madrid won? She said, Osha the investment are according to Madrid team. Now Osha Barca. Now Osha said they're still after Madrid airdrop. Now you who swear any subriya dada because I'm a Madridista. Now Babedu point is in discipline also assets into the team. Abedu this level. Bro, trust you me, Bababi who are Devi and Mimijitum said the right person for this job is Jose Mourinho. Do you know why? I'll explain to you why Jose Mourinho is the right person for this job. Sure. Okay, Paris Saint-Germain. At a point, they had Neymar.
Yeah.
They had Leo Messi. And then Mbappe.
Yeah.
So I tried the impression was that Obiano Obetimi Ejina Paris Saint-Germain and him. So leg of course, and him said it has always been a walk in the park for them.
The Europe.
Perfect. So people are looking at Paris Saint-Germain from that perspective, say a back Champions League. Also Mutimije. But bro, during that period, they never won the Champions League. So the point to Obianim say, oh, Messi ko, Neymar ko, Mbappe ko, Obianim so say crowd there, oh, Paris Saint-Germain, now oh, within the context of the Champions League, of course, in him say for Le On or Le Championnat, certainly they will still win it.
Yeah, common count.
And the uncommon count, yam form and count. Into conversation no but bro and na omo Champions League waje sounds to grand finale obetimi asaje na show the type of footballer obo nina so say onti issues bia o cause Louis Enrique Ejuma oyen o total support and politician bi any team no share against Bayern Munich the performance are granted Dembele edanedi
yeah.
Now she 2 legs, you know, say Dembele in effect on the qualify she the goals are or say the impact are make. But bro, a drew pointer. The manager felt to say, baby, I didn't drew after the 63rd or the 65th
minute.
I see, may you were free. Look at his body language, his facial expression. On no bench, now we encourage it.
Yeah.
So I was asking myself, say, Nanke Mbappe anke birthday.
Vinicius Junior.
Vini mu anke birthday. Na Mbappe anye training kra and I was a goal.
No, say
on Tiase.
Didn't you
was say yes. Assistant coach or one of the technical staff members. Ebeka say enye goal offside. And Obokra was an issue. Into the mama babeji adibia tum say looking at Ejuma Louis Enrique. At the virtually unknown quantities, Osman Dembele at a point, crano, you know, also free, of course, Obianim so free Dortmund to Barca Nidia. Now, a baby talk of town, but share call fast free Basamu. And so say, you know, baby a Branton, what about the Drew? Now, share boys are all.
The Nina, you coach, you know.
Coaching is key and discipline is very key because Hans Flick at a point, no, Bianson himself, Barca and so about Drew level, a very ordinary, maybe what. Though for Barca now, okay, my conversation about Champions League there, of course, they are expected from them. But unya ti baba besi conversation baba besi Primera Liga numa domestically. Onwe the monarchs of all the severe. You get it? But share Barca materials, not share Madrid there. Not share say their flick. I'm Madrid I be ordinary usi or more. To say oh good manager. Now obe install discipline. Ubenya the expected results. Intina say Madrid efa Jose Mourinho pebwa. She make how dey be. Ofa Mourinho I share the traits of Jose Mourinho. Na make how time Mourinho eba the first Madrid no. Bro, that time Mourinho ba Madrid na where tropa. Only the India. That time, there were a lot of prima donnas. Jose Mourinho, but the first thing he did was, and the story said the Madrid stories, a leaky left, right, center. Ban the Madrid stories, Eba. A drew baby, of course, sensationalism, betting me and all that. But the point is that the rate at which a Madrid cries AP, the negative stories of Madrid, AP panel, it is even not right. Mourinho by the first thing was that or making sure say Madrid in same.
We no for mama nafi yentin si wudi no mankasa.
Or making sure say Madrid in same MPP. It was very rare say na better Madrid story sir. Negative. Never very rare say about.
Okay.
Now secondly, Jose Mourinho buying. On my Cristiano Ronaldo mo atiase say. See a ball over kind of 4-2-3-1 formation now or the buy. Initially na Madrid game no, na almost slow game. About making sure says I didn't assassin. And Osaima Ronaldo Motiasia say, Munsu be defend Bibi. Also, assassin Ronaldo even had issues with him, but now I'm funny. Super umbo, I am the boss, I'm the manager. Get me make an amoye. Sure, make I what the Michael bro. Or buy no. Casillas was an untouchable persona. Meboa. Oko Spain almost friend of Saint Casillas. Yes, he doesn't make mistakes. Okay, so at the point what me dropping. No ama goalkeeper free VRL by Diego Lopez. Okay, no ama neda. Na me die ja amanfo agya. As still Casillas na or dropping. At the point what me okay, Casillas kokoda kopa de ore na say Diego Lopez da. Na Casillas enso emra mameda. Leg no. Onya issues with him. Okay, loyalty bonus issues ni na. One found imagine said the Spain the reverence or more attached to the name Ika Casillas. But he had the guts to drop Casillas. Sure, Roma Menkai Ubako. As 15 Sergio Ramos from the right side of defense, or never be yes, centre back, so the or by you know, at a point, Omar Rafael Varane, a crackito Wesisu, Eba ye Pepe. And no, maybe not Pepe, Casa or can't say Pepe, no problem because the position now crackito a friend of Rafael Varane, take over. It is also the kind of discipline or the buy. The changes are or the a bad team. And suddenly Madrid says so the expected results to the point that Madrid it's mean 100 points a season. Clearly shall records half in Madrid. Not prior to so but Madrid Olympic Lyon and any free Champions League most or quarter finals now Lyon no second round way no. After no go beyond that stage. Okay Guti. Okay Raul Gonzalez Blanco. No me a darling boy so players are making your players are Uko Spain and you just La Liga. Uko Spain or me revert personalities. Raul Gonzalez Blanco. Talk of Guti. Okay, said you are best campaign authority. No more politics or team or stop his hiding. It's a baby Adruno. Oh, he has such a personality.
Okay.
Who has virtually seen it all and he knows the ins and outs of Real Madrid. It is very key at this point, bro.
Okay. Well, yeah, starting look and saying young corner. U17 a game a friendly game prepare now for 2026 U17 of corner Barcelona Ghana yet to me ako and prosper nati ogum and the boys and na your friendly game bo na another coach e don komo kakra e di ejaye ates ene ese yedi eno so enkomo quick one yentio prosper nati ogum on the team no baby eso tackle was wo hwe ni team din baby o we tosini ates e na ese omiemia se na be betimi aboaye prosper nati ogum problems kakra was say wo ye team no enso emunie.
I think as far as our set piece play is concerned, I think we need to work a lot on our corner kicks, on our free kicks, on our throw-ins. We need to work a lot on these areas. And again, most importantly, goal scoring. And if you saw what we did today, basically we focused so much on goal scoring. As far as chance creation is concerned, I don't think we struggle to create the chances. It's very easy for us to create the chances, but then converting most of these chances has become an issue, and we want to use this one that we've come here, focus more on some of these two things that I've spoken about: the set pieces, especially the free kicks, and then the goal scoring, especially tapping the ball into the net from a cross pass. So we are ready, and they are also ready to make sure that we correct this issue.
Okay, so Prosper Natogum say maybe I saw a tackle no I know you one. And you be saying say when the Mali na about this friendly game. Dear now expectation day and also wadi munchemu edi ama say and they are expected from any Mali game no and so any
before this day we'll be training a lot, and then we also have a friendly game against Mali, which I think is a very key friendly game because the Malians have some characteristics like that of the Senegalese. So I think it's very good that we are going to play on Saturday against them. So basically it will be about training, a lot of rest, a lot of video sessions, a lot of one-on-ones, and then a lot of psychological talk. And then I'm sure we'll be ready for our first game against Algeria on Thursday today.
Okay, so your first game of Kono, yani Algeria, Anna Elbona, quote say, yeah, this friendly game no dia. Ebe boy pa. Now away from Sa U17 no, Ghana Premier League no so Monday 32. Anna boy say Anna matches no esi etie. How the folk womo any Adriana Stars Anna Elbo no no means at the same time na Swado All Blacks any between United bebo Vision FC Elbo Kawela United Lions and so Elbo Samates na Santoroko abo 11 Wonders Basake Holy Stars Elbo Midiema Young Apostles Elbo Nations FC na Brekum Chelsea abo Dreams FC Go Stars and so Elbo Hohoi United we aya matches Elba so Ghana Premier League ma yadi a kobo kakra edan wo bet yadi league fixtures ya ba de ma memfa table no so emfanka ho emfa mama na yentimi enko yanim na fe yeni nsem no enkomo yi ankasa wo ye league table na mediema ewo 56 wo mo na LED Go Stars etos me no wo mo ewo 54 ana 50 point ekra to folk wo mo toso me ensa and na ye FC Samates 47 ana Dreams FC ewo 46 wo mo toso enum Ediana Stars ewo 46 points wo mo toso ensia ana Kawela toso enson wo mo 46 Asante do toso ngotwe wo mo 43 Holy Stars etoso enkron wo mo 43 ana All Blacks toso do with 41 Nations FC 41 Becheminante Dumieno wo mo 40 points ana Kpando out of Lions wo mo toso Dumiensa 39 the same point ekra Young Apostles wo mo 14 position and on the 15 on the league log near Vincent wo mo 38 Brekum Chelsea call relegation or toso Dunsia Ho United call relegation or toso Dunson 11 Wonders there omo there obi ani omuni asem esan se omaje omo atum dada se omo nso call relegation eno de wa esi enso etie nti proper what's the proper way ni okay mti media the difference wo mkakra wa hum okay so but mo amadwa ne YouTube ndi me se mu benya ni so Mediema 56 Go Stars 54 Heart of Folk toso me 50 so what dey ni nyina ya pew okay kodokode no na kodoko etoso ensia wo mu 46 ana enson Aduana Stars boboko so I think say ana changes kakra no enso ewo anti efi the 10th position ekon Holy Stars etosu edu Swado Black Stars tosu du bakom ana dumienu Nations FC ana dumiensa Brekum Chelsea okay ana Dunai Kpando Heart of Lions dunum Young Apostles Vision Dunsia ana du enson Hohoi United so sababa pena enkomo no enso esi etie so Ghana Premier League no enso enie eja ya Black Stars so yazi kakra ya pone kakra na ya di akono so no na no da ya saka kakra atese uhema ya dia se 5 million Ghana eko atese akwa ho be 5.5 kra ana atese aba be ka ho eja no nso ye Black Stars ye sika sem kakra no nso ye yantowa kakra na yetimi enso edi akọ yenim esanse uhema Omni Bank Omni Basic wo mo edi 250,000 Ghana ana atese edi aba na $500 enso from Newmont Ghana ana 3 million from Stanbic Bank and two getting in this year near not just somewhere by 3.5 million and just yenya from Nano Dano and so enquanum Abdi Kakra and also Ewonti we won't come on na Yababedi and after U17 squad na and also at a year abonteno but asampa 947 sunie Nhyira 104.5 FM ensu enie enti ayana chese uko YouTube so aja modo message so ediaba na yakenkan kakra ediama kofi wa ha ana yenia Jude bafo enso ewa ha ne oba incident no wabade ya de ubeyi adwuma pa na eno so aye kama enti ana enso aye exactly 25 years atese May 9th no enso esie ewe football ma ni padodo enso ehwe wo mo ankwa 127 ana omo yenkrofo a May 9th ne esie a wo mo nso efrimo enti yanka ni nyina emfamom enti Jude romu kakra fama me na kofi enso ngura mu fama me na fe yahwe ne ma e college no nso more time
medas menu bro first of all yemfa under 17 there no me pese me shade bi
okay
Nhyira George Free enkane no ye FA vice president and Nhyira Kwesi Nyantachi why you post to be about the squad me pacho me pese ye hwe na ye kan kakra
okay
wadaroma
enti pacho mo wo YouTube no mo betimi enso akoye YouTube handle na fi mo nso matimi the Madrid about. I say this is the best U17 in 7 years under President Kurt E.S. Okraku from the appointment of Dr. Prosper Nati Ogum and his assistant. The management headed by Frederick Echampon. The process has been open and transparent, including the selection of players from grassroots clubs. This team need our support and prayers. And I believe in the Black Starlight team. Go boys, the whole nation is behind you. And no George Akwesi Free.
Bro, medasi unim. The entire hear me or set money ye commendeno. You George Free. Unim the entire say commendeno. Well, say all this while consistently he keeps criticizing the FA. And it drew baby
for that one here.
Yes, it drew baby cry now. I am yenya junibi say as I said your canin no. Sometimes you know you are tempted to believe say ABR say ebufuo bi na ewom wahu wonim say na say kra o cassette answer ntrɛ for so beka ya na say say wa o support FA no kra no o kan me kokɔ say as some producer unim nyansa but actually no ono asan so ba besesa na adwene nti me hu sa post na me hu so obi oben George Free enim George Free bia enso eka say man ni obi a yes o kana adwene say sa na o te by nature say said you hu ade no sa na beka sometimes and you said you no and just sa na te but a good say me pe obi a o kire wa adwene candidly no wa kire wa adwene bibia ntachiri wa kire wa adwene akọ baby bro minim say post ya hu ni Uncle George Free ya adwene one baby a post we a free ba we dey free obi a me nka say from the enemy's camp no me ka say you wrong but obi a anka in the wo beka so opposition because on it ye racket and a pray
for because from administration start here na on pay bibia o ma ye
that one ko
yeah
minim so ne be agina
and from the squad no mama squad no so ewo screens no so send e be ma conversation no so etimi aya kama for the squad ewo screens we see we mo pa dia ye players no muntie Solomon Kese from Sawam United FC not just a coach wada goalkeeper Anna Michael Ama Right to Dream Academy John Annan or standby goalkeeper BBS ya wano ewo Soccer Intellectuals FC Uber defenders na Mujahid Osman wano Liberty Academy Kingsley Fosu our Atram Divisie Anna Isa Abdul Rafiu our Benab FC Isau Atu Koti our Wafa Anna Nicholas
Isano menchwa no sakwa no monhwe ne ye
okay
Benab FC sa boy no Isano
okay
he's a super talent
Nicholas Esuman our Pram Youth Academy ana Jacob Etse Poti wano nso ewo Wafa ana Gabriel Danyina wano ewo Golden Auroras adabi Golden Warriors ana Isaac Bafo ewo Audu Isaka Academy Augustine Apia ewo Mamprobi United ana Michael Awili ewo Siano FC Michael Nyantechi ewo Wafa Eric Edu Jemfi ewo Ebony FC ana Mark Kagawa Mensa ewo Golden Air Boys FC
so nim sa kra no so Kagawa
small boy no
onim ball podo Mark Kagawa
forward no Makabuade wono ewo Pokuasi Future Stars proper Latif Abdu Wunzagu wano ewo
Brominchwa no wan sha memo
Gas Nebel
memo abre with enye edi no but with emrani nti but me patcho onim se wo share squad list no mu ahu eye pa na yen starlet ne nso me da bia meka ade ba ko na hia enye results ne keke wo me aya me sha da achi wo basically ye prepare your team for that me boa ene ade hia bro nim de ntia me kasa ye ko 1999 Starlet okay New Zealand na says so Jones atuko efi onya memfa ne kransie yi onna na ehede na yera James Cook dazi eka ho na bro unim South Starlet no ade ba ko amekai pa ne say Mike Essien Kobio bro so okay Mike Essien was part of that squad. Essien Arise eba be one of the best midfielders in the world. Ghana nyane so mfa so pa bacho meboa.
Yeah.
Mo kai 730. Our Babebo Heart of Folk no. That solid center back. Akra me say national team Jesse. She enyo no nko a Michael say Ember Power. Abebo Asante Kotoko. Michael Osei okay so Osei Blaster Jesse. At a point no about national team proper. Ember Power. Bro. Yi sound them ni free ho. Ismail Ado. Ono na ye goal king. Ye call under 17 World Cup no. Ismail Ado won the goal king. Ismail Ado eba be ball Black Stars. Me kai game bi Giuseppe do say na time na opamo yera 80 mensa nyamemfa ne kransie e free camp a eba be issue kese a e ma na wi e bai. Na nko na be one of the finest coaches a ebenya. So kai Giuseppe do say na that Italian. Strong disciplinarian near World Cup qualifier.
Bujatacha yede sa bisa
Ghana ball Sierra Leone 5 Ismail Esse brace also a game. Where baby yen talent rise from me pese me yehu sa transition say encredit me free and so mu boss under 17 no crepa ne set tetepa under 17 de na dodo na yenkokrafo yenim ona so mo ankasa mebo anye ne eka omo ankasa mpo aka odu isaka mu nyina omo nkan omo na ato omo anum tuo aka the proper under 17 ebeka say yehu say yenya yie pa was Yera Ben Kofi de no
that development plan or the buy no
perfect and who say ye ba modern football era no because of MRI ninti no
yeah
obeti ti krant min ti bebre but first ne de kwabra ne tie ba kokra na obi nkan tro say we tie ne nko edi 30 years. Enti bro, I am happy and the type of manager nso aye wono manager ono nso no ne lie mu no Shagana make sure your coach is beyond man omo lie pa ni
okay
under 17 now Dr. Prosper na toguma who say Prosper don kra adwuma na opay o anu nti na okọ Wafa ono na breso na Wafa point tally or league num e call so pass obeka because ono the line here nkra say no mo nsa go mo achi yes amasa onimadwuma wa ben onimadwuma be kire obook mu de onimuade no and osayia boys are there be an yes amasa just like your papa Basiru Hayford omo nkra say no omo pe omo say like say ya obeyi adwuma ma obi antete no ti ono nso beyi adwuma ma she unim me share squad na de ba ko na me rehoi e de ma yem football no bro Nhyira how to folk on you side
Aruraso no
Asante Kotoko on you side bro Ghana football na ye born why mo pa na spend enye Kotoko ne has enyom na invest pa so you ask yourself say didn't know Kotoko has anti me talent back home. No, let's say, imagine who dear. Let's say, you mu dear grown crab and I brought me one. I just say, I am not for funny a deco, but I said I need you may be because when the politics be any, you read the free year. Actually, say, Croji, and today they can't throw. It means they must sit up because Mekaipa said, Mensia. Mukai said, and I am Ponsabra, so some Mukai Mensia Kratana by now. Kotoko, now see us in a strong youth team. Yeah. Mensia said within 3-year period, or see a team making an imprint out African. Or sign the same, say, or see a youth team were very strong. And no crown a bang crow more Asante region in Potem. And a concentration about so Bromebois. At the Baba Betty, and then there's a crocodile hostel Kakaka. I dear Beto Betty, I say, you're friend for players.
You justify your inclusion from Quano. Yeah.
Bro, you're friend under 17, but how many players near friend? And you're more than 20 players. Almost 23 players. Kotoko, and your slot room has and your slot room. No, you people must set up. Because once I make a couple 99, bro, me so energy 99 go king.
Ismado,
but you're not free. And you have to folk. From Aras, no maybe has senior team, and your team game no free. No, can you imagine? Your baby drew point to say, your friend under 17, Kotokone has money out slot back crowd. Mama when him bro, wait, men found Congo show you.
All the other things, say Hasne Kotoko Jitu say before it was more or less like a bet right for them.
Exactly.
Say Ishmael Adunya free, everyone say Bohatsa, automatically there's a place for him in almost every UTV in the national team at the time. Bro. But and then if you look at the list of teams and players at corner, these are specialist youth teams. Yes. Benab on Premier League. Or Tete at the players number under 17. Look at the other teams here from Wafa for one. These are guys who are interested in that. Inti Kotoko and Hans would have to do more like this. Say, Opesa a player in it. Unless some say they are not interested. But then per the last time we heard from Opensonification about the direction of the club, the youth model is also very important. And in fact, in the grand scheme of things, if you go to any proper footballing nation, if you enter Spain, there is no way you see Spain's under 17 said that you don't see Madrid. Anybody from the La Masia or the Castilla. It's not possible.
Now, Lamania, I'm free.
From under 17.
Brian Fan free. And some players lose easily. I know what system. So I'm and bro, me search for all idea because modern football. Yeah, boy. And then cook for the Chamu and Tom Jessica, me boy, of course. Me patrona when we are Tom. Charles and the artist, your boys, Limpo Echo. Maybe a crowd from Dreams FC. I'm fan of Coco PM. Any David Odro. Me patro, David Odro. A crowd.
Not the land, the money are there.
And you know, Moko. And you almost some crown and Dreams FC Akura Abdul Aziz.
Yeah, Basa Athletic.
Yes, Bena somewhere one goes out of Vigo. Because of the age. I want to say your best friend, Mediama striker out on 500,000 euros. No, I'll call Benghazi, Jonathan Zua. Young Frau, Brian, who lie, who did himself baby or
you're too old.
Quadro pension pay. And see, and the bone I cry at the Pesica. That's a signing on fee, Cassia Crabbe Saba. I would me Gia sound so and a crime dear. Would you apart from signing on fee, no? Development fee, no?
Yeah, the onward transfer and all of those.
Onward, no? Oh, J. I sound swag because, say, player, no? Within side age now or non chart 20, no? Yes, I told her. And also now to tell who said the Muska Bromebois. And the infant also when you call me to minim Sakotoko and a house, no? More than want to level be sounds on it because Ghana football virtually when I'm a quick
you don't know. There is a Kotokone has a me a fan a very keen on and say as so more approaching football holistically.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are different departments of the game. The senior side, the junior side. Benab, like we said, on far premier now. On one department. Say I'm person I quite see edge no be so no ope local or so when it comes to local analysis, he wants to be the authority. Be so athletics. Those people are there. But there are some people that also want to approach it holistically.
Sure,
they want to have a say when it comes to the local conversation, foreign conversation, athletics, and cut across. for a club the level of Kumasi and Kotoko, you should be able to cut across. Yes. You know why? Because Kotoko revenue stream, that should be enough for that. Mm-hmm. I use the word should be. Mm-hmm. If it is not questions to the people who are supposed to answer, it should be enough for Kotoko to develop a youth team. And in the grand scheme of things, it will help the nation in the long run. See, I am a little bit worried and also happy for our list way, because what's a good list? I am worried about the coach that is taking them. Coach need a good coach, but then when you need, and ideally he's not going to grow with them. In the next 2 years, Prosper Natogun we're expecting to get a shout out of Black Stars, and I say somewhere that he will get maybe more career development. If Yaya as a nation, even the various clubs, this probably under 17 should have maybe a 30-year-old coach. It's a similar story to the Spanish national team, Luis de la Fuente.
For instance.
Young coach, also developmental. You see, Adiaba quite a dear Black Stars Ninya recently in terms of results, and I say when people compare it to the old Black Stars, I tell them that they should pause, because Odiaudu Isaka, Obaudu Isakadi, Charles Telamo, all of these players, all of them, they grew up with coaches from the junior ranks to the senior team.
Okay.
Rebecca, Uncle Benko Fita, Rebecca, all of those people, a core of that team, they had coached them from the juvenile side to the senior team. Say, and they're born as a. But one of the things that catch is to develop young coaches. Last time we say if you know some model be a bomb, some person they have to contact the university, so sports and exercise science or universities, they want to enroll coaching education and find a way to be sports and exercise science. It's my baby coach. It's laudable. That's what they do elsewhere. Bring that in before I go any free university already 24 or pursue your coach. ABA by you came near a chairunka or so by chemistry teacher. But the passion for sports when you're another option. Lengs works hard, goes through the tutelary by 27. Bernardo Cueva, your friend is saying, Carlos Cuesta, assistant coach to Mikel Arteta, and then the main coach for Parma, he was 30 in the Italian Serie A. 27, 28, 30. No, under 17. No, the Omoko. Why is the being under 23? And or the Omunini, Matthews, Ombe one said, pa! Then this guy has gone to learn by age of 40 or 35, 38, or your Black Stars coach, and also your assistant. Players never know Nimomo. He knows their temperament. They've played together for a long time. When you do a better, I see Cecil Jones, I took a few players, and then I he didn't probably just do that. Maybe one more trust him. Say these things are kept in our circle. It doesn't go out.
Okay.
So these are things. The only friend, the psychosocial relationship, any superiority in football. You build it together. You grow together. I can say, Juma boom. Meaning you help. What you boo and you say, see, I got be person. No, we need to develop that side. And it comes with these things. Good team, but SES and Hassan Kotoko have a big role to play. Kotoko new board, any the management that they will bring. Success will never be enough.
And to me, no question. Person beside baby, I do yes. There any reasons in here? Ama your teams, because for all we know, you himself to folk. You team or Aroras. Jean Kotoko so so is it say? One more approach to youth system na enye okay and now say
exactly approach to youth system no enye okay me see go and check those days I had to folk dominating youth system no was very strong patriotic I say but no youth system no strong and he has with the greatest of respect, me nka so otunra. What we go to players be ba. Ojene ho a wonti ase. Na ni so brino, ono feel say o cha na ni hye you to no mo a.
Onya bi o ho.
Onya bi o ho mama machine. Nti all the pressure be kwa akoto bisa. Until recently, unim Hamza Isa eba mainstream no. Our performing no. And me nya nti ase to be ka say obema na ni akọ youth team na ho pa. Opese we invest o. And because of Hamza Isa. Because now in recent times Hamza Isa any had to folk formal setup no almost a no in the free house youth team ababa be rating all performing our man for so by youth team no at a point they had best talent Franklin Kujo okay it's our crown one fine talent but Hamza Isa na AS adwuma no and no na actually office ban no once oba actually na office ban na ebeba ba ne ho Inti bro, ye me nimbre because yo, untimi mfa untutu wafa mu. Wafa time na obo Premier League no. Na a nuisance the man no. Na feel Premier League no.
Dabi.
Or say or ye business na the Premier League. Enti wafa so
position obeto anya na asem.
Enti untimi ne wafa ndi nkomo bi. Liberty bi so omo yi at a point no omo person bebo Premier League no. Meboa. Yeah. Omo si master. Academy no no ne yen sankwan ono ni league premier ono ni Champions League nkomo bia di on oye business ba kotoko ne hase de wonu wo jelik and wona wo sai boka kotoko the least paid player of Asante Kotoko currently age between 3 to 4,000 so I away Kotoko bro the winning bonus grand and so nche be United player salary 1,000 cedis players bo Kotoko 100 million and over ebiti 150 ebiti 200 million how to folks sanet here uni hanum ena Karima Hassan every has Okasana has man 100 million na hand to mouth refi
I say hand to mouth
and so become became players bear 10 sika na album na edru sa mean disrespect you but that is the reality an incontrovertible fact and timona mo spending I mean no nanim say man for nso nko stadium first night I'll tell am time no amount for Beko Stadium amutimi nya sika ni free stadium back no and na mu nya wo ho
ntinka de aka na youth system
inti anka okra youth system no and mu na obedidi awo ye mainstream football no na so mu amoline no odo omo nso Isaac upon name amoline no na do omo ko foreign
when ya opportunity efa ka cho say clubs ni nyina no omamo a quota e de ato munyusu mu youth players no obo just 15 matches efe be double sika ye de amount be ye clubs
ni na adwene kwa ni ho ye nkan so no mo adwene nkoso en na bebo om hwe your matches bi okra na nka wo no nkra no ma omo mobi titru bro ba bia league adu it is obvious kotoko ntimi nje has the iron ade no anwe mese na nko asase ama nkra no no asase ama omo bobi anka babua ba omo nya ne sa and anka se me by discipline na ekoso okotoko mu no with all the respect ansem hu na ekokoso no amen the players no omo achieve we ba omo feel say omo so say club no okay se ansem hu na ekoso no and ekotoko a very strong youth system and Kenya no one so ya oyin na players bro no this ankra na bo how to foku nya bi da urefi ye papa ya oka board yi hu ya na ni afie Dr. Nya Otamaklu. And any time on the musical youth in the buy no. And then emu Samuel Adamu free. Bro, so when me point no. Come on, drop senior players no. Omo mo di se mu nya mo se Jack mo pem ba bi ntina. Se mu nya serious. Mo bra me boa. Minim player okotoko timi ka se me de me try se bo so me be so match market you. The all try no. One ma so be ball. Me try bo so me so amu ntia me ka. Mo drop your mu nya sa nkra ne so bra. Man 4,000 5,000 wakunu hey bro debio ono akra under 17 na woman 5,000 bra wakunu fradi odine ko be wo ho enti about time o se mi call na minia league no
ye nguna league nim straight na fe ya ma ye college no so tam
kaka certain matches on weekend o se mi ani ba ho papa mediama Echo Crosby ewa Memorial Park Camp Park on a Baseke Holy Stars and a Kwakobo. Metra de bi. Sa game wo hu. Sa game no. Or say any ko hu yi. And am bacho Go Stars and so ne wine ebo.
Ya can say baby and Go Stars.
Because only the entire make sa. Say e yo mu no mu ani abre so mu badge ni.
Go Stars ebo Hawaii United.
Okay. Enti ono ombo enti unim. Gold Stars already all 3 points. Titu mediama na mpeso mutie ni bro. Ye ntia mani abre mediama so ni bro. No crepa ni say in recent times. Mediama and a jelega oti ani mu Africa na bro meboa. Nancy a Gold Stars ko edu baby. Omo ka kire say no mo nya prepared. Omo anka. Om sin nya ready say akwa Africa. Okay, last season enya nesi.
Points gap no so just 2 points.
Bro. Mediama de ko African oboye ko group stage. Nancy a meba Ghana. Ye clubs are ranking Africa. I am when the Coco PM ranking. And Yamediama any Dreams FC.
In their recent Jumomo year.
Perfect. And to Mediama, me, I'm just being sincere. I wish some Mediama Bejelic no because you know what? Mediama sign with quality. Bro, I study Mediama team the critically. Okra Felix Tay. Felix Tay. I'm not Mediama boy Africa. No, you ranking the best goalkeepers in Africa.
Yeah.
No,
and he was very excellent.
That guy, Charlie, super, bro. Share Mediama. Asansu Ekra, a centre back in the shape of Yusuf Mubarak.
Yeah, former Kotoko.
Wabo Liberty, Wabo Ashgold, Wabo Asante Kotoko. Yeah. And no two crown or Nepal. And no Asai Abba. In terms of experience, in terms of quality, he has it. Okra, God knows that Pasu. Unim no, your friend of Gaf Godey.
Yeah, Pasu.
Unim says Akra no, I call trials or Liverpool in Nada. A solid talent. And it's a ocean team here. Derek Fojo say oh, maybe a review. Derek Fojo, one of the finest players. Akra no Krabola. He's simply a delight to watch. So ocean almost squad ni yepa. And Mediama see one team bro. We got to connect has a team back one Ghana who tria pay Mediamo.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, minimum players be ho. Bro. A bit $500, $600, $700.
Oh, Mediama.
Oh yes, Moses Parker dia go be boss ikatu. And oti game nase. Onim die wo mu nyina. Enti bro, me chro se Mediama league be me de because okwa Africa ongu yanimu ase. Wa bua ne ho. Eno Mediama no nso me chro secret no. The last Africa okoi no. Ohun live bi wa Africa no nti o mfa ni agro. Onim say the last Africa okoi no e no na man business no. Mo kai Jonathan Zoa. $500,000 or to most of the players.
Yeah.
Kamaldeen Mahmoud. One ton.
Yeah.
Or to a lot of players. Into what would you? Fatah Sulemana. So okay, that fair colored guy. Defender no. Into Mediaman onim Africa no eson faso. And on fa ni agroso. Ti bro, say game no say o shake game any critically. Basically Holy Stars. Ne points 43. But in actual sense 46 points and 43. Do you know why? Basically any how game. Yeah. Side game no emma so 3 points na ebeko the amount into obeko 46 points. Yeah. Now, the last game games Dreams FC. Obebo home. At least draw there either so pay so
wait a minute.
And I did be basket team ni abroad this season among phone share ya ehu. Hey, unim. The last 10 matches I wabo at home. Okra perfect record. Yeah. Was sending you know only the only team the last 10 matches at home Okra's high record no. Was 30 points in now. Within that period, Betem United penny the only team who made the ball out on the net. And since I will call the mind you, some go for ya and a 2 mediama. Our league no more mediama fear and come ha mediama. Lake title ambition no. Okay, so I'm go draw. At a point I'm by 10 against 11. I'm the mediama ko 1-1 But at the end of bro, 2 seasons ago, and go for wait if you say legacy almost a house. No, Bianco saw Mediama the first team or Coco say almost Crosby a one Memorial Park or Coboni 2-1. Safutela mo and a quest Edgeman. Eti bro, Mediama himself say Okono Kofa 3 points or game way more. Edgeman is Sianisa. That's what I say. Because for now, no, me some year league table sisi amede baby any Gold Stars better top. Na Mediama aba second. Cause Gold Stars no any game.
The
+3. Bro. Meaning Obeba be lead the Mediama with the point.
But dude, Gold Stars,
yeah, bro.
Gold Stars why Juma?
Oh sure, bro. Why Juma?
Especially given senior season is starting here and more.
Yes.
Wow, can Africa. Africa did not go on well. They had to change our coach. The last time I asked him, say, what went into the decision? Because at the time, who coached Edward's league, Edoko Africa, yes. Obiad him say Africa, no, you are inexperienced in it until you are always going to face some roadblocks. And it's different from Mediama because most park are more experienced on the foreign terrain in Africa than Ono Kwesiedu.
Yeah.
Now Kwesi comes in and takes a bold decision. Lets the coach go, change the coach. Mind you, no matter on players, baby. Bring in a new crop of players, and
about half of the team
had left. Yeah.
Yes.
Then almost abolish to the extent that we are saying that are they United +3 now? They are the leaders of the league table as stands now.
Yeah, sure.
They deserve a lot of credit.
Sure.
And I get Jude's point. Say, okay, Mediama is a team. Omoko Africa in recent times, they are the Ghanaian team, Omoni Dreams, that have given us good representation as our mind. But then again, when you look at the BBN Gold Stars team, if we also rewarding a team that doesn't have the financial world without, like Benin Mediama, only that much as them, and also within the circumstances of home, Oma manage your situation, to get a result is important. But look at this. For me, this is the most important thing. Chroma, your regional balance, but the Western region for no in football. From Samatex, Mediama, BBN Gold Stars, they've taken it away. Ashanti region, Northern region, Bono. In fact, the blue teams used to be the toast of Ghana football. Say, due to the dominant football. Things are falling apart.
Yeah.
But there are things that cut across these two clubs. Mediama and Gold, any Gold Stars in two of the clubs that are probably in our art Samatex. A proper, well-known sponsor. So Goldfields for Mediama, Goldfields. What's the name for Takwa Daman, and then Gold Stars, and then look at Samatex for Inyafo, also doing a job there. Proper corporate structure as a club. If you go to Mediama, Takwa Daman's inclusion of the running of the club, it doesn't make most part only the 100% owner of everything. They also input things in terms of the day-to-day running of the club. Well structured. Same for Goldfields. Before say
Gold Stars.
BBN Gold Stars. Obisi Kanababishim. So they do the things in the right direction. Plus, the most important thing is that they've been able to court the community. Look at Mediama. I've said Chroma say the best media team in Ghana Premier League, Mediama. And intentionally, they cut the local Takwa community, Yuma Tefono, and it's Uncle and they bring them to the stadium and then they sell the club to them. It's a traditional club, but they are beginning to grow a local fan base with Takwa. Then look at BBN Gold Stars. BBN is a small town that is known, and the football club has given it spirit. And Kwesi Adumu again are looking to court the people. Now, should BBN Gold Stars say, "Bo game ufia." It's a small stadium. Nipa Momoba. Same for Samatex when Nurudin or time on Omuji League, So they are doing things right.
Okay.
And for me, I get juice points that say Mediama Gia, because of the representation they've given us, can be good. But maybe maybe I'll go to the other side of Gold Stars because I think Gold Stars were in a much more difficult situation. And how Kosiedu turn it around? Last time on Love, how did he turn it around? He said it's from the point of view of experience.
Okay.
And sometimes because why you do baby, or league he can make a decision. And committee away last 2 weeks, Takwano. If they had gotten a job done against Mediama for me, the league would have been done.
And bro, yes, bro. And I own him Africa bono. I did back one no Murefino. Africa bro. Say boy Africa no one here. Unembebu. And it's so free Africa when you beba also no.
Yeah.
Gold Stars the hand no. Na leg no. Ye boja all kinds of dreams a bit no.
Yeah.
She me side game no. So Mediama enya even a point which means says side game on Lucy. Achoti. No on Lucy. Crosby e wa ho no. Mediama either win or draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Now about the sir, unim say on the Gold Stars no. Had to be you see about New Year. Obeba article 7 clause 4. No UC. And the man last season over Santa Kotoko ne had to folk. No more points here, but head to na Kotoko EDBT had to folk. Sana likely say league ya boy be. E be down to the war.
Yan come na yan conclude ni nyina sisi.
Okay.
Enti mamenye ni say na yan santo aso. know, Yabahena, Yafam course na fi Judah ha conclude the amana ya so de Jumadi. So Amanse Rabank for na Oto Monkan almost say Brano Munu Jumana fi Osika Sem nyina enyina ye kama and so emfa San Kablo say ban wires party de edisi den wo mo no makova papa ni nyina di abampa to de wire dan radar wo mo no de papa ni nyina the eba say 2.5 1.5 ni nyina mo de 8mm no and 60mm ni nyina ba ya na wakwa Sanka Blue na onso watimi adwo the Ghana Standard Authority at the stamp no at the SISO and Energy Commission and so asanse o mo numbers 05 34800 na onso woni wo mo etumi edi insawo so bana pomde dia kan force eba make sure na make kamfo e dia ma wa poso ne wona se atwetwe ni nyina no ebeboa na fi o mo etime siesie ni nyina e dia ma no na eboa ma etu infections nyina se enti opese unya pomde mpa dia no eye do a mekamfo edema Kefos heba mixture kumasia ene Ghana afa na bia na omunu pay from sisi e was 0245 455 740 na onso ni wo mu edi nkobo ma memfa mo course ne kakra na yehwe na yemfa dwumadie no enso emfense pato oba na waye ntietem na wunua enso etimi aba dwumadie so bi hello.
Good morning.
Yes, boss. Mpacho, we didn't baby akasa free.
Pacho, you feel me? I'm a student. I'm a village. Pacho, it's not every year. Madrid, you better Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona. And they can't you better boom. Wow.
Okay, menso me da see pa. Mami nko be ni me hello. We dey kafra. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir.
I'm the foreigner.
Yes, sir.
Oyibo
mami ntie we.
Yeah. Remember MPP Media Petros. Mami chache mo no ko pia kuka. Na koda everyone that game no. Everyone about so baba yala na.
Ane.
Hello Gabi.
Yes sir.
Na koda say ya ko say.
Na musisi a moto so nsia o.
Yeah, so how many points?
Mo wo 46.
But I say better cut off one when you say.
Why?
You better cut off one.
Yeah, they are all last year you cry hard to focus 50 points.
Hey.
And so now
on the most serious note, you catch them and game with dear, you throw them. I'm my 3 points. You break
okay. Me da say me nko be ne me hello.
Richardo.
Yes, our boss Gabi Turam ni mpacho we dey.
Gabi. Pacho Joe na henma kokobena am do.
Joe ma mintie we.
Gabi. So da bia me ka so what ma say Madrid really ne Mbappe. Se ba ko anko a abeden. Nto china ko ampo de me ni interest o. But ya be head ebe.
Okay, me da say me nko be ne me hello.
Hello Gabi.
Yes sir.
You don't forget to put your communication.
Kwajo ba mintie we.
Gabi. Ghana Premier League no. Say as the party and Katemu Damla.
Sir.
As the league party and Katemu Damla. Me ndeko to kwade. Then we share into Premier League na. Arsenal beje. The coach Champions League ya. Arsenal beje. Gabi Tulang. Inga for ina so mutia o. Na down.
Matepa na ya say ayi baako. Ya say ayi ya kan say Chelsea baako rang grave match. Hey. Tilo Fafro na SYSU. Hello.
Gabi Tulang.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Patriot Benji. You think Seria.
Benji yanko.
Yeah, whatever. Na mesia MC. Akema bo pro biaja south. Ela bo domo sebo ama. Okunkom. Gabi Tulang na page mo boduma. Uban fence Seria. Ya body ma say. It's not passport here. In fence Seria for your
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Yes sir boss, but we didn't baby akasa free.
Yeah, Gabi to run the foreigner.
Yes sir.
Balebo question no different for you.
Balebo mintie we.
Yeah, in fact. Hey, you think Chelsea pa na mashe one. But all the same no. Minim say better ni ashe. Me bomba say across cook na me admocha. Mo nya fun we na jama. There be nya me me da.
Okay, me so me da so ba no ayi ntiem kama say hello. Hello. Okay, when to be nyina so hello.
E wadi na se enko whatsapp ya ho ade mo.
E mo Spencer.
E pota papa me jwana. En so how?
E mo se ntie we.
And me night nyame enko so amoye ho ban. Na papa na me se kana kwa bia kwa professional asante kotoko nyame ta china. Ye be simple for so only player nkasa. A che game na eda ho no. E do night. Na me se kana kwa boys yan kan cho mo play say. A che so mo pese. Obo kotoko do watre na anigiaba. A che mo nhye. Asamasa.
Okay, Mamemfa last one be na yankwe ni mahalo.
Hello, Gavi.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's say.
Nyame aboko pa.
Chelsea de mutumi lega na. Lega na mubu ya na ka.
Lega ni abu.
Oh, Chelsea. Eme yao. Evende. Me man you need ba eme ya ba. Toto phone munya bimbo. Mu ma ya nete.
Okay.
E bonfire e bi. Akotoko very national.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Okay, me da say. Yeah, the say better Black Air Princesses. Also our game bo ene na second leg. Once a first leg na 2-1 and ya winning yeah. So ene game ni ya winning the na say ya qualify to the World Cup. Say and also baso eno Black Air Princesses and so at the end no. Young fans dude. Ya ko you know.
Where the
Prepare two before my mommy na yenye birthdays in free on.
Marcia Bronte, definitely an exciting weekend. Hard to folk. Also, menka or mwasem. Yamepa next week.
And then the January,
because Hassan so none the problem ya dear about Kupil or year league when Canada. When him say has league ayebu was so 21 goals, but I consider 12 pay. It's your dear about one good about has now. Okay, so we'll share league table now. Almost hard to folk any team won't consider you cry. Now, anyone so would steady from the goalkeeping department with Benjamin Asare or Sansu Ekra Solomon Agbeshi. Now, say about the center of defense. Ube who are dear Bio, one Ali Mohammed company, or bought the ball to say Titi Joado. Very calm, well composed, solid one. Only PK partnership, a very solid. Now, saying share or more height as our two players in Ekra. National goalkeepers, also they are making. Number almost center of midfield and so. What taking a brand here with Rafiam Ponsa height? For Rafiam Ponsa height, the Ebo has midfield. Now far this midfielder also, the other central midfielder on any pair, and Hussein no 8 year the other guy in the name escape me. Gabi Kamikakra. Rafiam Ponsa any the other central midfielder. Do freaking Pfizer call he? I a friend national team.
Yeah, my winning them Sudin 50 minutes
upon a franny. So I take on also height. And to show how to focus a friend of height advantage from goalkeeping to midfield or more, except Hussein and a wait here. Bro, Sankomo Yomunia may no munya creative midfielder Barako. And no munya a sub striker Barako. And Kaligi and Karas Befo. Okay. Last season, so sir, how to focus any team I won't concede the crowd. But then the problem is goal scoring. It was also a record that Royal Corner. Madam Mamencha at the Park Pharmacy. The director at Atonsu High School Junction or monitor show on the offer say Papa or Michiomopa.
Okay. Yenia Jude Owusu Bafo Anamotenenka and Obaba said Fatlu Ade where you know free one Bibian Wadia Abuade Boame na memfa me birthday in terminal fee. Okay, Pauli, where the Tremere you na menye birthday in floor quick one nafi young so enko yedim. Happy birthday enko Cecilia na dudona efreo eye efia wonso ene eye wawoda entine me yamfa woda pa emfa emana yanka se nyankopon insha na oma wawode enye from wakoma so ade bia nyame enye ni nyina kama enso emfa ema mame second one enenso eye yenua ba Josephine wono nso ene eye na woda Joe ene kwakoye wawode de nyankopon insha na wanye akoma so ade nyina emfa ema awodam nhire bia nyankopon emfa ma na afi wonso Ghana enso enya emfaso pa na emomen wonso happy birthday fa ba ko we fa kam ho yenua Andy Costa ese yamfa awodapa Felicia echa anane we de pa we me so wife keto anane no same anane Felicia echa anane wo atwoma koforidia happy birthday nyamisha na oma wakuma so ade nyina enso emrem na awode enye from na eno so enye kama kofi we have mama
oh say we na not much na Mother's Day nti DJ Pablo mu bay omuna e wo so mo hye o mame mu ene ye de so chena ye ba
ye de chena be sa
ka ku ye de o chena ye ba nti ye de o chena ye be we hye right nti ye na ye fast le bo ayina
wana say abi birthday but with him say na MSC do su birthday na MSC do birthday
champion actress
yes yeah MSC
do interest in there unti ni twase ya unti interest
nti yema me MSC do happy birthday nyakopo nhira no na onye na koma so ade nyina emfa mana wodam nhira bia nyame enso emfa mana busia ya de dwuma de ndisi ya de na be mi wo obi ko ba pressure cross ada enka ne ye fanum na we mienu pa ugina mati ebutu ni ade ankra
o se no be me na for you
me na for no me ya nwene ya Kofi yankwa